I'll be camping hard.
All right, we are back here. Welcome back. It's JCG International Show Match. It's going to be Insidious game KTB, K-Thanks by taking on Rascal Jester from Japan. What happened to all the promotional stuff? You know what? I really don't know. And I don't actually have access to the Japan esports account. I have access to the stream key. So I can't actually edit anything below that. And yeah, the past couple of times we streamed, I noticed that there's nothing down there. So I don't know why we disappeared, but I don't know. I guess for all three of you who want to check me out, you can do that here. And in terms of introduction video for RJ, no, there's no real, I don't know, there's not a huge ton of content out there right now for the Japanese teams. They just like recently all got uniforms made, which was kind of exciting. And got some like they got photographs done, but no real video. So if any of you out there are super big, like into that sort of stuff, come visit with me in Japan. Come stay on my floor, and we can go ahead and set that up maybe. But oh man, did I just post? No, there should be. I don't know. Maybe I'm linking broken things. I don't know. Yeah, in any case, what was I saying? Which one of you is Poromancer? He seems funny. But yeah, so we're going into game 2. If you want to rewind really quick in game 1, we actually saw a pretty darn close game, closer than I would have expected. So I guess hooray to RJ for that. And actually kind of made it look like they were going to try and take the game close to the end there. Some nice sieges coming out from that team composition. Nidalee Spears and the PPs, the Piltover Peacemakers, coming across all over the place. And in the end, it just ended up being a bad team fight around their top lane inhibitor turret. And it was so late in the game that death timers just meant it was over. So that's the beauty of late game. You win one team fight, it doesn't matter. Where's the grill? I assume you mean girl. I assume you mean Ferlin. For those of you who are JCG regulars, you'll notice that yeah, there is no beautiful Ferlin Yoshimi here. She's missed the past couple of broadcasts. She's making me do this by myself. Ferlin, but she will be back very shortly. Not tonight, obviously. She was taking care of some personal matters. And actually, I don't know when the tournament or the championship for JCG got rescheduled to. But whenever that happens, when the JCG championship is supposed to be last Saturday, and it got rescheduled because of conflict of events, whenever we do that, Ferlin will be back. But if you want, we can, let's see, do I have this picture? When she's not here, I should be putting up bad pictures of her. This is a nice picture. So that's Ferlin, and that's who is not here today. But she'll be back. Don't you worry. And in any case, I'm having fun. I enjoy casting. If any of you are in Japan or follow the Japanese League of Legends scene, I would love to get in touch with you if you're interested in either casting or really if you're interested in writing a little bit about the Japanese League of Legends scene, I'm working on a project, and if you want to be a part of that, which would basically be involved writing articles about teams, players, events in Japan. So obviously it's a lot easier to do if you're here and you're able to go to events and follow the scenes. But I got something I'm working on. I'm trying to put Japan esports on the map. Obviously, we need to get a lot bigger before that happens. But let's do that. I think we're just about ready here to go into picks and bans for Game 2. So, like we said, it was KTB taking Game 1, but we're going to do Game 2 here. Jumping in right now. Let's see if similar bans come out. Like I said before, RJ just kind of banning Flavor of the Month champions. It was Rise, Kha'Zix, and boy, you really should be able to remember what happened an hour ago. Rise, Kha'Zix, and somebody type it in chat. Oh, I can't pay anything. But it will be Rise again. Interesting to see. I was gonna say maybe a Jax ban, but Cog played pretty well against the Jax. Demon's Jax in that fight didn't really do a whole lot. It was Soraka. Thank you. It was Soraka. Soraka will be banned. So it's the same ban so far, actually, for both teams. Rise, Soraka out of RJ. Just general bans. And Leona, Vi coming. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Leona, Vi going to be the bans out of purple team. Again, I like what KTB is doing here because these are champions that Lilibelt and Rainbrain feel very comfortable on. It will be a Nidalee ban this time, so we won't be seeing Oppamen on Nidalee, and maybe hoping they keep the Orianna open, but no, it will be Orianna going down, which means Kha'Zix is open. So this is going to be Rainbrain's Kha'Zix in the jungle. Have not seen Rainbrain play a lot of Kha'Zix. Plays a lot more of the Elise we saw last game, but Elise, not a ton of plays coming out of Elise last game. Fit very well, excuse me, into their tower sieging composition. But it's not going to be that this time. So will we have Kha'Zix picked up first pick? What is KTB going to throw in here I don't know. We'll have to see what team they come out this time. Last time it was very much a catch and kill. This time Thresh still available. So probably going to pick that up. I don't blame them at all. When Thresh is available, there's almost no reason not to pick him up. There's just so much utility that comes out of Thresh. You can play him with just about anything. And, ooh, they were hovering over the Elise. Instead, they're going to pick up Lucian again. So that will be Mashiro's Lucian. We're going to see that one more time. So again, it's the mortal enemies are going to be in the bot lane fighting against not each other, but instead whatever RJ happens to throw at them. Caitlyn's still open. RKP's Caitlyn got pretty okay there. Just got destroyed a little bit at the end. And yeah, this Lulu, Nidalee's gone, Orianna's gone. Lulu, another champion Oppamen likes to play. Obviously, I could just be saying whatever he picks. But it is a champion we've seen Oppamen on several times, and we'll be seeing it on again today. So not a whole lot of change right now from either team. Two of the same from KTB. Rainbrain going to lock in that Morgana. Obviously, Oppamen cannot play what he played last game because Nidalee banned out by RJ. And well, right now that's Renekton and Misfortune. So that's not going to be locked in. Yes. Flipping over to Elise. That should be an Elise unless they switch back to Misfortune right now. But Oh boy, I don't know. It will be Elise and Renekton, so don't you worry too much. Just because we're having a friendly match here doesn't mean we're going to see mid lane AP MF who no longer has her AP ratios. So it will be Elise instead, unfortunately. Elise is a great champion. It's just no MF. But it will be Demon on Renekton. And Renekton is such a strong bully. It'll be interesting to see what they pick for Cog in the top lane. Obviously, Jax is available if maybe you want to run the teleport and be able to maybe not win your lane, but get out and help the rest of your team. But it will be RKP's Caitlyn, so no surprise there. And Lilibelle, well, it'll go over to Cog, but it might be this Dr. Mundo. Yep, it is Dr. Mundo. He goes where he pleases, and I believe he'll please to go in the top lane this game. So now it's just going to come down to this last pick for KTB. Who are they going to send mid lane against this Lulu? That's true. I don't care who wins. I'm here to watch good League of Legends, but a lot of you here, I'm sure, are here rooting for your teams. So I apologize. It may be, but it is. It's friendly to me. I'm having a good time. Gotta be impartial here behind the microphone. Lysandra, Ziggs. Who are we gonna see? Ziggs being hovered over. Gonna get some bombs. Counter yourself. Counter the. Oh man, you guys are a lot of fun tonight. Chat is definitely more lively. So thanks everybody for stopping by. And with 2-1 ticking down on the clock, it looks like it will be a Ziggs locked in. So that should be passed over to Zaire. It's going to be a little bit on Morgana, obviously. Nothing too special here. Renekton and Mundo, they're both running teleport. I never know when I'm actually supposed to show. I think I'm supposed to wait till the timers tick down so they can't ghost and... But wait, can't they see it at this point? I don't know. I never play customs like this. But in any case, yeah, let's do it. Whatever. There you go. It will be Ignite on Lulu this time. Zaire instead actually opting for the heal. Heal on both of the AD carries. Exhaust on both of the supports. Teleports in the top lane. And oh man, am I being trolled? I don't even know. But it'll be Rain Brain in the jungle, Kha'Zix, Kagka, Appaman, RKP, Little Belt from RJ, trying to pick up a win of their own here in Game 2, force the series into Game 3. On the flip side, it will be KTB trying to whoops, sorry. It will be, KTB trying to say KTB to RJ here. Maybe get some free time at home. Yeah, so I would love... Yeah, so ghosting, if you're not familiar with the term, is watching a stream to gain some sort of advantage. You're acting as a ghost into a stream and getting information you wouldn't otherwise have. Yeah, ghosting means using ghost spell. Also true. So, oh yeah! 多分いないと思うんだけれども、もう一回日本語で。じゃあ、皆さんこんばんは。これが JCG の国際戦 RJ 対 KTB K センスバイというマレーシアから来てるチームなんですけれども、ベストオブ3でさっき KTB が勝って、これで RJ が勝つならまた3試合目やるんだけれども、まあ KTB 勝つならそれで終わって、あと Twitch で日本語の配信もやってるので twitch.tv/jcglr で行けば、そこでパプリコさんがだと思う。今日はパプリコさん配信してると思いますので、日本語で見たいならそっちで、もしかしてみんなまあここでワイワイしながら英語で見たいならチャットもいろんな面白い人いるから まあここで見るのも楽しいかもしれない。まあこれから英語なんだけれどもよろしくお願いします。Alright, so we're just about ready to get into game. All of you in chat too, your Japanese is so good. やめてください。痛い痛い。Paprika. Yeah, his name's Paprika. Don't ask me why. But I guess Piemon was taken. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at my own bad jokes here. We're just about ready to get underway here. I'm just going to keep saying this, and I'll just keep getting more excited as I do. It's the JCG 7th International Show match here. It's KTB from Malaysia taking on RJ Rascal Jester here from our very own Japan, going into game 2 of a best-of-3 series in a very, very close game 1. KTB winning a very, very nice team fight and taking away game 1. Looking to take game 2 here and the series early. RJ needs to come back and win this game to keep their dreams of winning this friendly show match alive. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna stop reading your Japanese in chat now, guys. But your knowledge of all the words is very, very impressive. So I guess there's nothing to look at this screen, so let's go a bigger face for me for just a second. For those of you who just tuned in, this is JCG. My name is Corey Swanson. I don't know. Somebody said Swans was a cool name the first day we streamed, and I've kind of been using it, but you can just call me Corey. We'll work from it. Work from there. But we are going to game 2. As we are loading in here, let's just list off the players and the lineups for you really quickly. For RJ in the top lane, it's going to be Dr. Mundo, played by Kogka. Rainbrain going to be on Kha'Zix in the jungle. Appamen on Lulu in the mid lane. Bot lane is going to be RKP and Lilibelt on Caitlyn and Morgana. For KTB here in the top lane, it's going to be the Demon on Renekton. Rabina is going to be playing Victorious Elise in the jungle. Zaire on that crazy little bomb guy, Ziggs. And in the bot lane, the unstoppable duo of Fappy and Mashiro on Thresh and Lucian. We're just about loaded up into game, and guess who is here? Loading into the game this time. You're right, it's Mashiro. Look for him to go hard all out here in game number 2 as we are now getting the game underway. Let's make sure we switch these, get everybody on the right sides. And here we go. Let's get those level 1 fights started. And Abdullah, if you can figure that out, go for it. I keep meaning to do Nightbot commands, and then I leave right when the stream ends. But
welcome to Summoner's
all right. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Here we go. KTB versus RJ, and we're actually going to see a pretty similar strategy to what we saw at least at the very beginning of game 1. It's going to be the level 1 spread out, spread them wide, get the wards out, and I don't think RJ is going to be quite so apt in this game to give up their red buff. After giving up 3 of the 4 first buffs in the last game, they're going to have to do a better job of guarding their red. Instead, they went their own blue, thought they could get KTB's red when Demon actually picked it up on Jax. So they got 2 red buffs early game. All right. So it's that very safe, very cautious early game. That's actually what we saw a lot of the whole first game, was a lot of cautious, safe play. Nothing too exciting until we got to a few of the team fights, and that's really what decided the game. So I don't know if you can fault them for trying to play things safe and carefully. So it'll be no invades. We're just going to get same side starts for both junglers. It'll be Rabina on blue and Rainbrain on red. It means they're both going to be able to look for maybe a gank in the top lane before Mundo Cog hits level 6. Rabina getting a little bit more help. Going to be a little bit ahead of Kha'Zix, but not necessary for long. And actually, look at the damage already coming out on an Opperman. I think we found really the linchpin, the real strong point here for KTB in Game 1, and already in the first 2 minutes of Game 2 is there. I really like what I'm seeing out of this mid laner from KTB. Meanwhile, look at all the wards in this bush. A bit of a maybe miscommunication by Fabi Master as the Dark Binding is going to land. The hook is going to land. They're going to trade support Qs here. They also trade damage. However, damage right now going in favor of RJ. A little bit more going across onto the faces of Mashiro and Fappy. You know, you get to these lulls, and this is where you always want to start making comparisons, but there's not a whole lot to compare right here. Again, KTB has this team where if they can catch somebody out, they're going to die. And speaking of catching people out, Lilibell's going to take the Q. Lilibell's actually going to have to flash a nice Dark Binding, going to save his life. Actually forcing the heal out of RKP as well, so that's down. Fappy's heal still available. And yeah, there it was. Both of the junglers headed to that top lane area, getting pinged out. And there's the flash. The flay's going to miss, but the hook's going to land. Fappy going very low. The heal's going to come out. This should be first blood going across to Masahiro. Fappy's got to be careful, though. One more hit will do it. No, the shield actually going to come across. Actually has to use the net. Now it's Mashiro versus RKP. 1v1. Here we go. There. Whoo! My goodness. Barrier's going to come out. Barrier's not going to matter, as actually Mashiro's going to feed that one over to RKP. Opperman, the Ignite coming out on Nazaire. Flash is coming up from Rabina. Flash is coming up from Opperman. Rabina going to go very low. Going to get a bit of turret aggro, but won't matter. Should be able to walk away from that one. Zaire going really low, but all said and done. It's going to be a nice kill pickup in the mid lane. It's 2 for 1. So in the bot lane, both AD carries going to pick up kills. In the mid lane, that kill actually going over to Rabina. So it did not go on to Zaire. Zaire will get the assist for that. And Zaire actually went really low himself. Very, very lucky Rainbrain was not in the area to try and finish off a dead and dying Yordle. So actually some nice deep wards right now coming out of Lilibell. They're going to have vision. Vision over Rabina as he takes the giant white there. RKP making his way back in the lane. Both of these bot laners now with their Vampiric Scepters in the mid lane. Opperman opting for the double Dorans now that he's been killed once, whereas it will be a Chalice onto Ziggs. Pretty standard first buy there for Ziggs. You're just going to be able to continue spamming those bombs over and over and over again. In the top lane, not a lot of bully coming up for Renekton. Renekton doing a good job of pushing, and actually there's a nice hook landing. Fappy already, I think, has landed more hooks this game than he has in Game 1, so that's really good news for KTB as another hook comes across, and RKP is going to lose about half of his health bar. Hook's going to go on to minions. Dark Binding's going to land on Mashiro. He's going to walk away. As they continue to push the Dark Binding. Actually, Fappy walks into it, so that's going to be a bit of damage onto him, but the hook's going to come on to RKP. RKP's got to be so careful. A nice black shield out of Lilibell to stop the flay in its tracks. So they're going to live to fight another day. Opperman going very low again. The Cocoon is going to land. The damage is here. Opperman might see a second death in this game. Bomb's going to land. This time, Zaire's going to pick it up. Rainbrain again, just a little slow. Dang. Unfortunate for RJ as they lose their mid laner for a second time in this game. This time the kill does go over to Zaire. So already Opperman not looking good. Fanned out his very own Nidalee, so they weren't able to pick that for him, and just not looking as comfortable on this Lulu right now. Look for Ziggs. 900 gold going back. Should be able to pick up the second half of his Unholy Grail. And yeah, there it is. It's a nice little Fiendish Codex. Going to give him a little bit more cooldown reduction. Going to be throwing out even more bombs. Here's Mashiro. He's going to go back. The one thing, again, RJ has going for them is that RKP is getting that farm lead. So that's definitely a good start. However, because of the backing pattern here by Mashiro, he has picked up his Bilgewater Cutlass. But take a look at that. They're going to lose a bot tower for it. That's going to be the first tower of the game. Bottom tower of KTB taken down by RKP and company being Lilibelt. But it's that first tier tower in the bot lane, putting a little gold in the pockets of RJ and making up that 2-kill difference. It's only 100 gold. All right, top laners both 7 now, actually. And everybody has their ults except for Lilibelt, Fappy, and Mashiro. Fappy sitting at 4, so he's got to try and soak up some of this experience in the bot lane. Rainbrain actually going to take the blue buff. I think they might be too afraid to give it over. And actually, he's got to be really careful. This is going to go very low. He's going to be executed. Oh, folks, that's something you don't want to see at this level. Rainbrain, I don't know, you know, you can't really fault him because he was waiting for Rainbrain to come over and pick it up, and Rainbrain just never came. And, you know, just backing off of that is... oh, boy. A nice Dark Binding is going to land, so there's going to be a lot of damage coming out on the Mashiro. The hook from Fappy's going to land on the Lilibelt, though. Forces Mashiro to poke a potion. Ah, boy. I feel bad for Rainbrain. That wasn't his fault. Kaka got to be real careful. Actually going to blow his ultimate just for the health regen. Rainbrain is here as well, so if they want to try and make something happen. Cleaver's landing on Demon, but Demon has his ultimate available. I think they're just going to have to walk away from this. Ultimate's being blown from everybody. Elise obviously doesn't have a real ultimate, but getting used there. And Jungler's both going to back off. Kagka, I think a little bit of a shorter cooldown, or at least because he used it earlier, will be back up sooner. Oppaman now actually getting a bit of damage onto Zaire, finally. And he better, because otherwise that does not want that Rainbrain sacrifice to be in vain. But in any case, let's take a look at how things are shaping up across the map. Farm, of course, in favor of Demon in the top lane, just doing a good job of continually pushing this wave and forcing Cogcog to farm at that turret. So Mundo, not the best under turret farmer, doing his best, not too far down. Jungler's pretty darn close at this point. Obviously, a little bit more damage in terms of longswords coming out onto Kha'Zix for that brutalizer versus the early magic pen boots onto Elise. Cogcog gonna actually have to blow his ultimate. Demon does not have his available, so he's actually going to have to walk away from that. As actually Zaire gets caught out in the river. His Mega Inferno Bomb is going to come out. Not going to pick up any kills, and Oppaman going to get revenge with a little bit of help from his friends. Assist going over to Kha'Zix. And Lilibelt, as now this should be a dragon for RKP, so... too many acronyms that have the letter K, but... it's RJ that picks up the dragon. Obviously, RK is there helping his team pick up the dragon. It's the first dragon of the game, and it swings the gold back in favor a little bit of RJ. Take a look at those items again. The Bilgewater on Lucy completed. The BF sword. Going to make a few friends in the bot lane with that down there. Supports, not so important. But the Sightstone being completed earlier on Lilibelt is definitely... useful. I wonder if we can... does the tooltips actually show us 100, 230, 243 versus 82 to the medallion? So not huge, but I really like the Frostfang, the Spell Thief's Edge, doing work there for Morgana. The teleport coming into the bot lane from Cogcog, just trying to keep them off of this turret. He should manage to keep it up for his team, as now we've seen well. In the DK, PK, but RJ's RK on KTB. Don't. Oh no, I can't handle that. As Demon's gonna take a bit of damage here in the top lane from RKP. That best friend sword not making him any friends in the top lane. As they're gonna start putting damage onto the tower, you can see Demon saying, hey guys, I need a little bit of help. But KTB is gonna need a little bit of help in this bottom turret as well. The Cocoon's gonna miss on the Optimum, but gonna land on the Cog. Cog's ultimate gonna come just off a cooldown right here as well. So with 2 bot, 2 top, they've essentially taken Rainbrain out of the jungle and given him this middle lane for a bit. Allowed him to actually amass a decent amount of farm up onto at least almost 20 minions in the creep score there. But it means Ziggs was there the whole time, getting his very own farm. And it's 35 minions for Ziggs there in the mid lane over his counterpoint of Lulu. So, I don't know. We've seen, right now, I'm liking the way, again, how RJ is playing this. They're doing better. They've taken that Dragon objective, not giving it up so freely. They've been rotating around this map, putting champions in interesting places. And they picked up 2 towers, tried to put some pressure on a 3rd, but they will now lose their first tower to Demon, who is going to slice. He's going to dice. Everything is nice. He's just trying to get away, but no, it's not nice in top lane land, as Demon's going to blow his ult. Kha'Zix is here as well. Elise will be making way up, but nothing really to say about that. You can't gank for a dead crocodile. And a dead crocodile indeed is what that was. The kill will go over to Rainbrain. Sys going to be picked up by Cog. And, well, arguably an even more difficult fight than that top lane gang. It's going to be Rainbrain and Oppamen here versus the blue buff. This time, RJ, 1 blue buff. Well, got to give it 1 point from last time, but doesn't manage to pick up a kill this time. As, again, here's RKP. We just saw him top. Now he's bottom. He's trying to get as much farm as he can. But Mashiro doing a much better job this time, keeping up. Only a 13 CS farm difference, 14 is RKP continues to hit these minions. The Bloodthirster now completed to a Bilgewater BF build on Lucian. So Caitlyn a bit stronger now at the moment, especially as she continues to farm up this Bloodthirster. Nobody in the area. We might see Rabina coming down. Ping's coming down into this bot lane. The Q is just going to miss. That was a nice try and sneak Q across from the side. The Cocoon's going to miss as well. Kha'Zix coming in from the side as the camera can't even keep up. Cullen is going to come across. Darkmine's going to ban. Oh, a nice ultimate on Lil Belt. Mashiro goes down. Rabina's going to pay the price. It's a double kill for Rainbrain. Not over quite yet. Rainbrain trying to jump. Actually jumps through the box. Is going to get flayed. Is going to take a lot of tower damage. Should be killed. Zare's going to pick one up. Zare's going to lose his own life, though. Demon now in a 1v4 situation. Lil Belt's got a flash out of it. But Demon, can he take the lantern? He's going to get the lantern. Going to get away. But this should now be the bottom turret. It's a 1-for-3 and a turret. So once again, RJ going to come out on top of this fight. It was a nice teleport, actually, from both top laners. But by the time Demon got there, he didn't really have much of a team to back him up. It was a nice space creation by RKP to use his 90 caliber, 30 caliber, whatever caliber net. His E to get out of that situation and make distance as Lucian tried to jump in. And actually, Rabina repelled onto that as well, which is why Rabina got caught out of position. And it is a 90 caliber. I was right. 30 caliber. Ooh. So it was a I think KTB maybe just got a little bit greedy and they paid for it. As the Dragon now is live, look for these teams. Cog and Rabina both respectively clearing out wards for their team. Cog's going to take a Cocoon. KTB's going to take a turret. And the question now becomes who's going to be able to go onto this Dragon. Zare's doing his best to maybe zone out RJ from this fight a little bit. The bombs coming out over and over again. Actually, you take a look at that. The Ziggs, he's just drinking. He's chugging down those crystalline flask potions as RJ doing their best to clear out the wards. Cleaver's coming down on Zare, but bombs coming down on Cog. I think Zare is winning that fight. And yeah, here it is. KTB's going to go for the Dragon. Rainbrain here. Will he be able to get the steal? He goes in Viz. He's there a little early. Oh, and Rainbrain does pick up the steal. Will they fight this out? Lilibelt uses his ult, but he has to back away so it doesn't actually stun anybody. Demon going very low. Rainbrain going to go very low. Rainbrain going to go down. Demon's going to walk away. Mashiro's going to go down. Fappy's going to take a lot of damage. RKP on the chase. I'm on the case. And there's actually a flash coming out of Oppa. He's going to flash so he can go back into the bot lane. Rabina's going to flash out of the bush. A nice sneaky kill. Zare's going to have to run away as now the pinks come down. I don't know if Rabina's going to be able to get away from this. The Cocoon might just save his life to live another day. Nope. Running back into range. It's a 2 for 3, so kills in favor of RJ. And with a nice, sneaky, invisible Kha'Zix in there, they're going to pick up the Dragon kill as well. So it's a 4,000 gold lead. And they're not done. They're going to get a turret out of this as well. So that's going to be the middle turret. The real scary thing right now for KTB that you have to be worried about is RKP. 3-0-4. He's playing on Caitlyn, and if Caitlyn gets big already like this, has the fully farmed Bloodthirster not dying, has the Zeal ready, he's going to go back now with 1,500 gold, and is just going to continue to decimate your team like he's been doing. 7 of the 9 kills already for RJ. Oppaman, after a rough 0-2 start, comes back to a 3-2-1 respectable record, and Kha'Zix, well, wasn't part of those fights necessarily, but picking up a Dragon Steel is always good for your team, especially when your team comes out on top in the ensuing fight. There's the Disco Dance ward clear coming up from both sides. Fappy's going to pick himself up a nice one of those wards. Well, since we are in a bit of a lull, I say that, as soon as I say that, we actually see RJ trying to collapse on the mid lane. Ult coming out of RKP. It's going to go across onto Rabina. It's going to walk back into the jungle. But here comes that siege again. Not quite as much siege from RKP or RJ on in this game. They do have a Lulu who's going to be pretty good at these towers. They do have, Mundo who's going to be able to throw cleavers a bunch as well. So it's really just this Kha'Zix who's waiting to get in range of these turrets. The hook's going to come out, gets the minion, make sure the minion doesn't go anywhere. But actually, Rabina going to be hit by the Dark Binding, and look at the damage coming out. That turret's at about 2/3 of its health. Rabina's actually going to have to go back now, taking a lot of damage. Fappy taking a lot of damage as well. And look at this push. RKP once again opting for that static shiv. So they're really able to keep this wave pushed super fast. The shield coming out of Oppaman allows a few extra hits onto this turret as they wait for the minion wave. But right now, RJ really in the driver's seat. Here comes the Mega Inferno Bomb. They got to be careful. RKP taking a lot of damage. Here comes Mashiro getting in the middle of things. Fappy, though, taking a lot of damage in his own right. Oppaman using his ultimate just to stay alive. Lilibelt again playing the human, well, is Morgana a human? Playing the shield of some sort. And RJ's going to take a lot of damage, but they all get out of it safely. RKP still actually here trying to put a little damage on its own. Rainbrain is going to catch Fappy out. See you later, Thresh. And here comes the bug. Can't squish him. Triple kill and a turret. Demon probably going to go down here as well. Ult use on that. Zar, though, here trying to clean up, but it's a 1v5. 4 kills, a turret in favor of RJ, and just like that, my goodness, it's 2 turrets, 4 kills, and RKP not necessarily done, putting a few love taps here on the Zare himself. Can he 1v1? Oh, the built over Peacemaker gonna connect, picking up the kill. It's not an ace, but you know what? I think RKP will take it and be happy with it. 406 goes across. And all of a sudden, RJ jumps way out in front of this, in the lead in this game. It's 14 kills to 6, 6 towers to 2, and we're looking at a 9,000 gold lead. Wow. So you talked about the first game maybe not being so exciting. We brought you the excitement here in game 2. Obviously, it's not over yet, but right now, KTB just not getting anything going. Mashiro having a bit of a rough time in the bot lane, and even Zare, his Kale with the invincibility in the last game gave KTB a chance, and obviously they were winning the last game, so they didn't need it. Yeah, it was it was a bit of an unnecessary flash by Kate, but we'll give style points for it, I think. I think we can give style points for that. And now there's another BF sword completed on top of that. The hook's going to land on a Rainbow, but really, can they do anything about it? Fappy can't go in on that. Only 3 members of RJ actually there. So it would have been a 4v3 situation as Opperman was in the top, Cog in the bottom. Cog's teleport, though, available. Look at the ultimates. All of them available for RJ. All ultimates with Dominus just coming up now for KTB as well. The Dark Binding's going to miss, but here comes the ultimate on Little Belt. Not going to do a whole lot. It will actually stun Fappy. Rainbrain's going to go on his killing spree, pick one up. He's standing right next to Mashiro. Obviously, you can't see because he's invisible. Mashiro in trouble. Fappy goes down to RKP. It's going to be a nice kill pickup onto Mashiro. For Opperman, it's a double kill. Rabina's the only one left alive, and barely left alive at that. Death timer's still pretty short. I don't think they're going to be able to end this, but that will be a free inhibitor now with no turret in the mid lane, and they're going to look to put pressure on this bottom lane turret as well. I think with the amount of minions there, they should be able to take it, especially with the damage that RKP is putting out right now. And he's sitting on another 1,000 gold. You can see the home guard boots coming out. As Rabina doing what he can to try and defend that bottom. Turret going down. Inhibitor's going to stand up, but in the mid lane, that inhibitor will go down. Blue buff going to go across as well. See if RJ maybe stops by. Drive-through dragon, as they say. Looks like they will pick that up as well. So right now, everything all of a sudden just going RJ's way. Hey. And they're going to go back. Look at this. RKP, when and if he decides to shop, he's sitting again on 1,500 gold. Opperman going back now with 2,000 gold. He's got his unholy rail completed. And there's the Lich Bane going to be finished as well. It'll be Kate actually picking up red buff now for herself before doing any shopping whatsoever. And you know what? There's all sorts of jungle to farm, so why not pick it up? This is game 2, and right now, RJ is making it look like we will be seeing a game 3. Obviously, it's only 25 minutes into the game, and KTB can still get back into this, but they've got their work cut out for them. It's now, wow, a 13,500 gold difference. As just clearing out Baron wards, but they make him a little bit angry. He's going to take a few pot shots at the rest of RJ. Question is, RJ going to try and start this? RKP in the pit, just going to clear out some wards. Rainbrain standing around, not in the bush, just enjoying the river. Cog's going to try and catch Demon out. The Cleaver will land. Both of them getting pretty tanky, but the Spirit Visage onto Cog means he's just going to be so much more effective in these fights. The Tiamat onto Renekton, a little bit extra damage for Demon, but so far it hasn't mattered. Look at this, they're going to pick up almost a free kill on Rabina. No, Rabina's going to live, so this is what we saw last time. Rabina gets out and they pick up a kill. Opperman going down. This could be KTB's chance. RKP, no health. The question is, will they be able to act on it? Zer's got to go back. Rabina's got to go back as well, so not a whole lot happening. Masiro's going to be happy with that kill pickup. Not only is it the kill, he gets the blue buff, and yeah, he's participating again. He's in 4 of the 7, so just over 50% of the team's killed. Right now, it's but really only 7 kills right now. Not the best story for KTB. What are they going to be able to do with this now, though? Opperman is back up, so nothing doing. Even picking up the kill. Rainbrain is just standing there. Oh, he might have actually disconnected. I thought he was maybe taunting or bad-mannering, but it might actually be. Yeah, it's a disconnect. So a really wonderful black shield coming out of Little Belt to save his disconnected teammate's life. I went to look down and I was like, how tanky is he? He's got a Randuin's, but that's really it. If they had wanted to engage on him, they could have. Opperman not quite there yet. But, ooh, boy. Well, I'm going to take a drink real quick, and we'll be back with you very soon. Everybody enjoy Elise's ultimate icon freaking out over there. All right. Well, I'm gonna take a little break myself here, and let's just look at the let's look down here. Everybody, draw your attention to these. One belt, not enough for Morgana, so she's gonna actually pick up 2 Giants belt down there, and we are gonna get back in the action. Looks like Rainbrain has reconnected, so he's come back. But KTB trying their hardest to mount a comeback of their own. So far, not entirely successful, but they definitely have the potential if they can maybe pick somebody off here. There's a lot of damage right now coming out of Rainbrain, and in order to do that damage, he has to get in the middle of these fights. Sitting at 636, it's pretty good though. And actually, look, there's 4 sweepers on the side of RJ right now, so they are just keeping, and you can actually see that there's only really ward coverage for KTB in their own jungle. Look at the wards around Baron, and Rascal Jester's have been doing a really good job of clearing those wards out. All right, and Fappy's going to run into Rainbrain in the jungle. Rainbrain actually using his ultimate, so they really have to pick this up for it to be worth it. Here comes the Kate ultimate. Ravina's going to actually take it, and Fappy's going to stay alive. A nice Morgana flash ultimate over the wall that was going to stun Demon. Demon's going to have to slice. Doesn't have the dice. He's going to actually flash, so no dice, I guess you could say. But Zare's going to go down. Going to go across the Cog. Rainbrain going to pick one up. Will he live? One more tower hit. Randuin's doing work, tanking that tower. RKP's going to pick that one up. It's a dominating. It ends up being a 3-4-0. This could be RJ now looking to take this Baron. They're going to clear this ward out. Rainbrain not going to be able to tank it. But we'll be able to lifesteal a little bit of it back with his spirit. But as long as he's not the main one tanking it, they should be able to take this easy. And with the Lulu shields, of course, a bit more effective health, and the blue team will slay Baron Nashor. Gonna tilt that gold lead even farther, up to 15k. So right now it's really on RJ not to throw this game, which is something they have been known to do. But there's a really, really big lead here to squander. So let's see if it happens. We're 29 minutes into the game. 15k is a pretty good gold lead. I am impressed with Mashiro keeping up in farm. RKP usually tries to get way ahead, just farming all over the map, but only 30 behind. Aquaman, though, also impressive keeping up with Ziggs. He was down quite a bit for a while. All across the board elsewhere, not making a huge difference. One thing that's very interesting, just look at the defensive items and the tanks that are available right now for RJ. There's 2 Randuins completed, one on Kha'Zix, one on Cog's Mundo. Mundo as well, the Spirit Visage, and the Sunfire Cape, excuse me. The only real big defensive item is the Sunfire Cape for Renekton, so Demon for KTB. And it's really allowing Cog and Rainbrain really to get in the middle of these fights and tank them up, as they're now going to try and come in and pick off this open inhibitor. Both bot and mid inhibitors are open, but all of RJ here now. Ultimate going to come down on there. The shield a little bit late, so he's very, very low. Ultimate. Thought it was used by Rainbrain. Guess I was wrong. It's not. He's going to jump, make the action happen. Ravina is going to be the first target as the Mega Inferno Bomb lands on top, but Ravina will go down. The Q is going to land on Demon. The Dark Binding, he will go down as well. Cleaver's coming out. They've actually forced KTB back into their own base. K, thanks, bye. We would like to take this to a game 3, they say, as the first Nexus turret goes down. They're here, wailing on the doors with the second Nexus turret. They don't really have the minions to do it. Cog does not have his ultimate available. Can't really tank it up. They do have the Opperman shield. They're going to go for the finish. They're going to try and take this other inhibitor down. Actually, Lil Belt going very low, but now with the Nexus open, this surely will be the game. RKP actually flashing over the Nexus, trying to pad his KD stats a little bit. Probably could have picked up 1 or 2 more there with the stun on the Zare, but as has been the case, anytime I end up casting solo, we have to go to a game 3. So, wow, well played by RJ that time around. Really took the lead and, you know, never really gave it up. So I, a lot of you saying you have to go. Thanks for sticking around for 2 games. Really appreciate it. Obviously, 3 games is always a lot for the players, for the viewers, and for me. But I just really like the way RJ played that game. They were where they needed to be, when they needed to be there, all around the map, picking up turrets, pushing the waves. And yeah, maybe it's just that blue team thing. I don't know what the deal is. But we will have Game 3 coming up for you here very shortly. I'm going to take one more quick break before I die. So, yeah, we will see you very, very shortly. Stick around if you have time. And yeah, if you would like to send that message, Abdullah, feel free to go for it. We will be right back.
Everybody queue up. Twisted fix. My team is making all these bad plays. You even trying? You even trying? You even trying? Bad plays. How to play with these baddies? This team is toxic. Talk about disaster. Bronze 5. You even trying? You even trying? You even trying? Bad plays. You say you're lagging. Why'd you rush benches? Stop acting cocky. Run into the team, boy. You can't want me further. You think you can back, boy. Please uninstall after this game. I'm losing LP. Please end it quickly. We're still not grouping. Alright, I should be silver too. Matchmaking got me paired with all the names. I can carry you no matter who. Just let me get the role that I wanted, fool. But you first picked without a clue. What are other teammates said that they prefer to do? Every single time you die, you're yelling out words. And then you blame it on the team because you're a diamond smurf. Bad play. You even trying? You even trying? You even trying? Bad play. How to play with these baddies? This team is toxic. Talk about disaster. Bronze 5. You even trying? You even trying? Bad plays. You say you're lagging. Why'd you rush benches? Stop acting cocky. Solo queue. You suck. Hey you.
All right, and we are back coming at you from JCG. This is the JCG 7th International Show match. We got Rascal Jester tonight facing off against Insidious Gaming KTB. K, thanks, bye. It's a best-of-3 series, and as doesn't always happen, but is always the most fun in a best-of-3 series, we are going to see Game 3. KTB taking Game 1 after a bit of a rough team fight for RJ. RJ coming back and stomping pretty hard in Game 2. I don't know if that was just KTB going on tilt or what the problem happened to be there, but in any case, it does mean we're going to get to see a Game 3. Oh boy. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna try and hold out. This is why you should cast with 2 people, because if you cast 3 games with 1 person, you die, or you come very close to it. It'll be very interesting trying to teach tomorrow morning. But hey, League of Legends is more important than working, right? Somebody back me up on that. We're just we're waiting here, making sure we get back into game 3. We're going to get everybody into the client, into the custom, if I could use the right typing. And here, we'll do that. It has underscore. Now I lost my train of thought. This is what I get for being distracted. Yeah, so we're going to go to game 3 here. KTB versus who? RJ, Rascal, Jester. And I think KTB is going to be what? Is going to be looking to ban out maybe RKP's Caitlyn, because we've seen him twice now. First game, obviously, they lost, but did fairly okay. And in game 2, so much damage coming out of RKP. I don't actually think RKP died. I can't say that with 100% certainty, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. And if he did, it was once. So it's such a safe pick. It allows you to put the siege on these towers, which is what RJ has done now in both of these games, and it's something they do a lot. And so you give RKP that Caitlyn, you give RJ the tools to win. So I think you maybe have to, let Little Belt's Leona slip through, or even give up Vi, because Rainbrain actually was pretty big last game on Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix left open, but I don't know. Taking away the Vi now doesn't necessarily seem to be the best option, because if you're going to ban Vi, you have to ban Kha'Zix now, after we've seen Rainbrain play the way he did last game. Where do you find the room? Where do you find the time to ban away this Caitlyn, who is not always a ban-worthy pick? But we'll see. And it's not even banning. It's what does KTB now come out and do here in game 3? Who are they going to pick up? Excuse me. We've seen a little bit of Mashiro's Lucian, and he's played that game 1 and game 2, and pretty quiet, honestly, all things considered, in the bot lane. Is that something you want to stick with? I did really like Fappy's Thresh in that game. I think it worked very well. They started to fall so far behind that even when you landed a hook, you didn't want to follow it up. So I don't expect to see a repeat of what just happened in that last game, because I think KTB was just maybe a little off center. I think they lost a little bit of nerve. So look for them to now come back out here in game 3 and, hopefully make it happen. At this point, as a fan of League of Legends, this is what you want to see. You want to see 3 games. You want to see, you see close games, you see blown wide open games. Now we're going to come back, see game 3, and I really hope for game 3 we get to see another one of these like close, exciting, keeps you on the edge of your seat. Blue buff OP. That was very sad, but that was, yeah. I still think it was Appleman's fault for not getting over to that one in time, but and it wasn't. even in the beginning of the game, KTB wasn't playing that badly. It was just small mistakes that just started to spiral a little bit out of control. And they weren't able to take that first dragon, which really helped RJ, start swinging things in their favor. The gold was pretty darn close at that point. The dragon didn't make a huge difference, but a little extra gold in their pocket. And again, it's this thing we've seen now. We see RJ do it all the time with RKP. You take that bottom tower, you take that top tower, and oftentimes you just end up with a solo Caitlyn in whatever lane still has a tower left, and you get a free farm Caitlyn, you get a free tower push Caitlyn, and then RKP gets big. So we're having a really good match tonight. I'm really enjoying it. And luckily, we get to see match 3. So I think we're just about ready to jump into picks and bans here for Game 3. I hope my neighbors don't get super angry with me. But I don't know. We'll see. It's really hard to tell. I don't honestly know. I'm sorry, but I don't know where KTB where their level is in terms of I'm totally blanking. Just like in terms of comparing them to the international League of Legends scene as a whole. I really like what I've seen out of them. I've also actually been very impressed that RJ has been able to come out and hang with them. So at the end of the day, we've got 2 pretty darn good teams. And so far, 2 pretty darn good games. We're going to go to hopefully a pretty darn good Game 3 here. And you just heard it. So let's jump on over there for picks and bans here in Game 3. Da-ba-ba-ba. So yeah, guess who gets banned first? It's going to be Kha'Zix. Not really surprised there. The difference between Rainbrain's Kha'Zix and his Elise was night and day. Both bug champions, but one a lot better. And yeah, and there's the Caitlyn ban as well. So RKP not going to have that Caitlyn available. Who else does RKP? I haven't seen him on not Caitlyn in such a long time. He used to play a lot of Sivir back in like 4-3, I think. But we won't be seeing that. Nidalee actually being banned out. I think KTB would... I see Gutenka throwing this out here. How do you think KTB measures up to the rest of JCG? They're going pretty even with RJ, and I think RJ honestly is pretty far ahead. Now, I'll just come out and say it. I think RJ's pretty far ahead of any of the other teams here in Japan right now. So with that being said, I think KTB could probably beat any of the other teams here in Japan. But don't quote me on that. And like Ozone Rampage, I'd say is number 2, has actually been playing really well lately. They were slumping at the beginning of the year, but they've been looking really strong recently. All right, so let's take a look at these bans. The last ban coming out for KTB is going to be Lulu, which means Orianna is open if Optima wants to take that. Soraka, Nidalee, Ryze. So the Soraka Ryze again, just coming across, and we might actually see a Karma. So Thresh available, but this could be a Karma. And the thing about Karma right now as well is you don't always know where she's going to go. So I'm interested to see what RJ is going to pick up now with Caitlyn out of the picture, because that's if Caitlyn's open, RKP will take it every single time. And obviously, Caitlyn has been banned out. So I'm excited too, because it's like I said, it's been a very long time since I saw RKP play anything other than Caitlyn. But they're taking their sweet, sweet time here, RJ, what they want to do with their picks. So might be Rainbrain on this Elise. He plays so much Elise. I'm not a giant fan of Rainbrain's Elise, but you can go ahead and prove me wrong. So And it will be that Morgana locked in. So it'll be 3 games in a row for Lilibet on Morgana. Lilibet looking a lot stronger in game 2 there. I think you all saw that beautiful flash into the whole team ultimate there near the end of the game. And so he'll be looking to make that happen again. Nocturne, not a bad choice. A little different. See, and actually they didn't take the Orianna who was available. They could have given the Elise across. Vi was available. Not as strong as she has been in the past, but they pass up the Orianna for an Elise, and I don't like that for RJ at all. Because with Orianna open, and Orianna is, I think, far and away Opperman's best champion, which means he'll know how to play against her, but not taking that when it was available is really going to hurt Opperman, who now has Lulu and Nidalee taken away and cannot take the Orianna, so I don't know what they're going to pick up for him. And it's a completely different team now here coming up for KTB with a Karma, a Nocturne, and an Orianna. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So we could see an Ahri. That's not a bad pickup. Able to do pretty good harass against an Orianna. A Zed would be a not poor pickup either as well. Have not seen Opperman play that Zed, but you know, we'll see. Oh boy. Whoops. But no, it will be Ziggs. So Zaire playing Ziggs last game, not having as big an impact. Started out very good very early and never really caught up to the end of the game. Now it might be who you know, Lucian is open, but we haven't seen a lot out of Mashiro's Lucian. I think it was just the champion holding him back. I've heard so much. I know he's going to play super amazing and carry his whole team this game, and Ezreal might just be the champion to do it. Flipping back and forth between that and MF. So it will be probably that Karma support. None too surprising there. And Jax open. They're going to give it over to Demon, who played Jax in game 1. Not as impressive. And the top lane pick for RJ is still open if they want to give Kog'Kaw that Trundle and just kind of bully Demon's Jax around a little bit. But we'll see. It is Jax and Ezreal locked in. So this time we're going to see a bit more mobile I keep calling Mashiro in game 3. Now the music stopped too, and it's really quiet. Bum bum bum. Da da da. No, wait, I shouldn't do that. Yeah, but so it will be the Lucian picked up. Okay, I don't know why I didn't see that coming. If you can't play Caitlyn and Lucian's available, play Lucian. So there it is. RKP is going to play Lucian. And yeah, I've seen RK play Lucian, and he plays a pretty darn good Lucian. And this is what I was talking about. I think RKP is probably the best ADC in Japan. Probably the best player on RJ in terms of consistency and being good. Opperman sometimes will just like show up and just blow everybody away. No Ziggs, pun intended. But in terms of playing at a consistent high level, RKP is definitely the go-to guy for RJ here. And he will be on Lucian. Kog'Kaw, they're going to lock in that Renekton, interior Crocodile Alligator. Going to be not in the interior lane, but the exterior top lane. Going up against Demon's Jax. In the jungle, it'll be Rabina. On jungle, Nocturne going up against that Elise of Rainbrain. And Opperman on Ziggs. Opperman on Ziggs. Well, we'll see, I suppose. Zaire is going to be on Orianna. Mashiro is going to be playing Ezreal into RKP's Lucian. And Lilibet going to be taking the Morgana going up against the Karma. So a little bit difference. No Thresh this time. And actually, Masiro looking to maybe opt for that barrier again. He took it last game after oh, now I can show you those. After faking a heal. But if you take a look at this, I think KTB finally got the memo. It looks like they're going to have a bit more tanky team here. You can do a ball delivery on either Nocturne or Jax into the middle of a team fight. Stun, ult. Nocturne and Jax are going to be in there doing damage. A lot of AoE coming out from Orianna, and even Karma does a pretty good chunk of damage, even from the support with her mantra'd Qs. On top of that, you have Ezreal, who's just going to be dancing around the backside, shooting all over the place. Yeah, I know it's Ricky P, and I always call him RKP, and I should probably fix that. Thanks, Benny Doro. Let's see. Whereas for RJ, you look at this composition, it's a Renekton, an Elise, a Ziggs, a Lucian, and a Morgana. I mean, it doesn't really matter what they play. The way Lilibel's been playing Morgana right now has been playing very, very well. But I don't know. I'm not seeing what RJ is really trying to accomplish with this team composition. Meanwhile, you know, KTB, they look like they have an idea. And maybe I'm not seeing it for RJ. So if one of you out there in chat, you know, you're seeing this like grandmaster strategy, please let me know. That's why I'm usually here for play-by-play and have somebody else doing the analysis. But unfortunately, you get me for both this evening. In any case, I know now I've ruined. I'll try it. I'll really try it. I've ruined Ricky P's name for all of you new Malaysian viewers this evening. I apologize, Ricky P, but it says RKP. But in any case, we're going to get started. Delay winding down here very, very shortly. Other than that, you know, this is the JCG 7th International Show Match. It's ISG, Insidious Gaming, KTB, K-Thanks Bye, from Malaysia, facing off against RJ, Rascal, Jester from Japan. Best of 3 series. It's almost 11:45 here in Japan, but we're going to go here into a final third game here this evening. Just about ready. Get it underway. We're going to jump to the loading screen here, so let's jump to my face one more time, and then you never have to deal with it, you know, for quite a while here. And, boy, I think we should all just take a quick moment of reflection as the game starts to load here, because my voice is killing it, guys. Ooh. All right, so we're just going to try and get everybody loaded into game. We can play this game again. It's called Which Member out of all of these 10 players is not connected this time? And actually, this time it's not Mashiro. I will, Gatenka. Because, yeah, it looks stupid when there's nothing down there. It's like, what am I watching? Who am I watching? What is this channel? I don't know why they deleted it. I know sometimes the channel gets used for Japanese content when it's not being used for English content. When we have English content on this stream, they do Japanese on a separate JCG LoL Twitch channel. And when there's no English content available, I think they broadcast on both, actually. And so I'm just wondering if maybe they took it down one time when when there was Japanese stuff happening and it just hasn't been put back up or whatnot. I don't know. It's hard because, like I said, I don't work for JCG. Ferlin is kind of my contact for that. And Ferlin just has kind of been Mia for the past 2 weeks. I mean, I know where she is, but do you think RJ could go far playing against the Koreans soonish? No. There's they're not bad. They're getting better, but I think they played in NLB. What did they play in? Somebody help me out. RJ played, I think it was NLB recently, and just got creamed. So we're actually going to jump in the game here very, very quickly. Make sure we get the overlay correct. And here
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
we go. This is game 3. We're doing it KTB style. KTB RJ. Here we are again. Cog Rabina in the mid lane, having a bit of a dancing, laughing party. Woo! We are going late tonight, folks. It was an 8:30 start. We're at 10:30. Gonna start game 3 here. It's one game apiece. I apologize. I'm gonna try to keep my energy up for you.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It's much easier for RJ to collapse under pressure. They don't have the team experience playing together. They don't react well to getting behind early. However, that being said, in game 1, RJ was behind early
Minions have
and actually
spawned.
played it pretty well. They ended up losing that game, of course. But I do think RJ is definitely improving, which is a very, very good sign. They keep getting better and better and better. So we will see, maybe a bit of a small 2-man invade here in the bottom lane from Rainbrain. They will be spotted out walking over the ward, but it looks like KTB will give it up as they're just going to go trade reds. Karma and co. going to make their way over there. He's there taking a bit of poke damage, shielding himself, try and get rid of a bit of that. Ping's now coming down on blue as well. So it looks like both these teams, KTB and RJ, are just going to trade their red buffs away. Little Belt going to land the Q. Has to be careful. He's going to take a lot of damage in his own right. A couple Qs from other champions, Karma and Mashiro's. Ezreal going to hit him a few times there. Demon now going to teleport and then back and probably teleport into the bot lane, as once again both of our top laners in the bot lane are running teleport. All right, so here we go. Who will draw first blood? It's always the question. See Lilibelt working his way through these bushes, trying to land a sneaky dark binding. The question is, will he be able to land it? A bit more escape. Obviously, Lucian has his dash, but Ezreal has a full-on blink. And you can see Lilibelt just trying to harass them out of this lane. A nice Q is going to land. Fappy going to take a little bit of damage. Mashiro's going to take a lot of damage as well. Squishy little Ezzy. As the Mantrid Q from Fappy actually missed everybody, so nothing doing there. However, take a look at this. Rubina making his way into the top lane. Or actually just at the white, so not quite yet, but is in the area as both supports now, Lilibelt and Fappy, going to be taken very, very, very low. Q is just going to miss there from Fappy's Karma. And right now, they're just going to go back to farming until Lilibelt has his Dark Binding ready and available. There's the Mantrid Q coming out of Fappy again. It's not going to land, so I don't know. It's still early. Lilibelt's got time, and this is what Cog down here in the bot lane needs to be doing against Jax, because once Jax, gets his ultimate and starts getting going, he starts to be a problem. As Renekton, you have to bully him as much as you can here in the early game. And right now, I think it looks like Cog is doing a pretty good job of it. Rainbrain being pinged out in the mid lane, standing on a ward. Pretty hard to gank in that mid lane when you're standing on a ward. So he's actually going to just walk back, probably get back into the jungle, pick up a few more camps in there. Cog just pushing the lane into the turret, but Demon not letting it happen, freezing just in front of the turret. As Fappy again not really managing to hit those Qs. And just Morgana so strong right now with the Spell Thief's Edge. and the Tormented Soil there with the extra damage on top of it. I really like Morgana as a champion, and we're seeing more and more of her doing so well in the support role. And look at Ricky P landing the Lucian damage onto both Mashiro and Fappy. They have to be so careful in the top lane. Right now, we haven't really seen much from either jungler. However, as I say that, here's Rainbrain in the bot lane. He's going to actually land the Cocoon. The Counter-Strike's going to come out, keep him alive. Demon going very low. He's going to have to flash. The Repel's going to come across to lose tower aggro, and a nice play by RJ to pick up first blood in the bot lane. Going to go over to Cog. It's exactly what they needed to capitalize on. Now look for Rabina. He's going to try to make something happen in the bot lane. Mashiro, Fappy, both pretty low, and he's going to have to walk over a ward to do it. Look for maybe a Q to slam him out. Yeah, that's a failed gank in the top lane. Just going to waste a bit of his time. Maybe making his way. Look for something in this mid lane. Ziggs, not the most mobile, not the most escapable champion. And if he does go the back way, he won't step on a ward. Instead, looks like he will probably go pick up those wraiths. And Kog'Maw in the, not Kog'Maw, Cog in the bot lane. Renekton's going to pick up that turret, so that's the first turret down in the bot lane. In the mid lane, actually, Optimum doing a pretty good job against Zarya. Zarya has no mana right now. So the Doran's Ring just doing a little bit more work for Optimum on his Ziggs. The question is, once they hit 6, will it continue to shake out? Obviously, Orianna brings, I think, a little bit more utility to a team fight than Ziggs does, but at the same time, a giant Mega Infernal Bomb, a minefield on the ground. Nothing to really laugh at there either. Actually, look at this. This is something I love to see. Can we go down on that? This is Rainbrain Cogca doing a 2-man dragon at 6 minutes. There's no wards here. Nobody knows that's happening. And they pick it up. That's going to let Cogca go back to base. He's sitting on 2,200 gold. He's going to be very, very pleased with that. Against the Jax as a Renekton, will he go for the damage build? Yeah. I was going to say maybe he'll go straight for the Sunfire, but nope. Picking up the Tiamat. He's getting ahead. Why not build the Tiamat? Keep putting it to the Jax. Not only is he up in a kill, he's got 50 farm to 24. Farm in the mid lane staying pretty even. ADC carry farm not too different as well. About 10 creeps though in favor once again of Ricky P. Look at this. I'm totally consciously doing this so that he will no longer be angry at me. Very, very nice job. Just keeping the lane push, and even with that passive and the Tormented Soil, Mashiro's taking so much damage right now. And you can see Lilibelt, he's just waiting in the corner here, trying to land one of these Dark Bindings, trying to make it happen. Will he land something? They're very, very hesitant, very, very cautious. Nocturne is here again, but Fappy and Mashiro really don't have the ability to turn this around. It's just Rabina. He's going to be farming the Giant White. And a lot of damage coming out. Actually has to arcade shift away from that. And Demon getting dove again, putting the Jax down. Will they dive him? They really could if they wanted. Cog is 6. Does not quite have his ultimate. That's why they're not diving him, because Cog did have his ultimate available, and it will be up very shortly. The stun going to come out. Will they be able to do it? Oh, the Cocoon's just not going to land, so they do blow a flash from Rainbrain. Rainbrain's flash going to be down. Demon using his flash for that as well. And Cog actually taking a few tower hits. Unfortunately for KTB, there's really nobody responding to this. And this is one way to take Jax out of the game, is just camp him, focus him, make his life really, really difficult. You can finally see Rabina heading down there to try and help out, but nothing doing. Top lane as well being pushed very hard. It's still standing. It's 2.5, and actually, oh my goodness, Rabina, this is ridiculous. Rainbrain and Cog just all over this map. He's gonna flash away the repel. Look, no, it's not gonna go across the wall. They don't pick it up. Look at these two. Cog and Rainbrain are so in sync right now. The communication between these two making the whole bottom half of this map just a danger zone where nobody wants to go. Hiding in that bush. They don't actually manage to pick up the kill on Rabina, but they take him very, very low and force another flash. So in the end, probably worth it. Rainbrain, you know, kind of having a Bit of a wasted flash of his own when they tried to dive Jax, but again, actually no, now Jax has a free lane, so they gotta be really careful. It was twice as much farm for Renekton, now it's 70 to 46, and Jax is still down there farming away. He's got a whole wave, the wave upon wave upon wave. He's gonna be able to just freeze it down there. And that's not what they want out of that at all, because that's gonna allow Jax to get back in this game. You can actually see, because it's frozen there, Cog just trying to farm the jungle, get some experience, some free score, other zones. But in the top lane, Ricky P and Lil Belt continuing to put the harass down onto Mashiro and Fappy. Ricky P now hitting level 7. Look at them just putting it onto his turret. The binding's going to land. The Tormented Soil will not land. But a nice Q out of Ricky P. Thanks for catching it, guys. So, even though it looked like it was in range, couldn't actually see Nocturne, so that's why. Makes a bit of sense. And actually, here's a nice gank coming out of Rabina. The Satchel Charge already used, which means Abaman's going to have to blow his flash. There's the Inferno Bomb coming out. Now Rabina's going to be taken very low. Bye-bye, Rabina. Could be a second one. Zare's got to be very careful. She's got not much by way of health. Opperman Cog looking to dive. The ult is going to keep him alive, but for how long? Demon here, but all he's going to do is keep Cog from diving. RJ is going to be able to put a lot of damage onto this turret. So this is how RJ won game 2 and how they're planning to look like win game 3. They're just doing such a good job of being in the right place at the right time. Rain Drain's Elise looks miles and miles ahead. Miles and miles ahead of his Elise in game 1. Just all over the map. Only 2 assists, but with only 3 kills, 2 of the 3 participation is very good and really just helping the team pick up turrets. They've got top turret looks to go down here very, very shortly for Rascal Jester. And there it goes. So it's only the mid lane left up, first tier turret for KTB. And it does not have exactly a lot of health left either. You can actually see Mashiro trying to help out with the white a little bit because he's too afraid to really get close to this wave until it gets close to him. And again, though, this is Jax. He's catching right back up. 66, 67. This will be 68. Looking for 69. He's only 11 farm down now. The question is, can he fight with Cog yet? Cog just coming down. Going to actually back away. Rainbrain going to clear out this Dragon Pit because they have the timer. 15 seconds. Going to be up. Nobody really in the area. Nocturne is here, but with Jax backing, this could be another 2-man Dragon from both Cog and Rainbrain. As Rainbrain actually headed to the middle for a little bit, trying to make something happen there. Won't be able to. The ping now going to come on Dragon. Top lane being pushed pretty hard by KTB. It's only Rick P at the moment. Little Belt gonna make his way up there. Gonna get some wards down in the river too as well. Again though, RJ no stranger. So the Satchel Charge is gonna use real early, but he will be confuzzled, confused. Kill's gonna go across. Urbania is gonna get away from this, but here comes Cog. Nothing really left for Urbania now. Black Shield's gonna go down. That's one. Black Shield's still down. The turret, not a big problem for Cog right now. As Ricky P is gonna go down. Masahiro, can he get out of range of the turrets? Minions OP, minions OP. Potion is ticking. Minions OP. Oh boy, you just gotta watch out for those minions sometimes. Taking a look at his items, he does have the Vamp set, but just not able to lifesteal back enough. Ezreal, not the ideal auto attack champion. And so he does pick up a kill diving under tower, but goes a little too deep and does get out of tower range, but ends up going down to, wow, excuse me, starting to rain quite a bit. Does go down to the Winions. Q's gonna miss from both supports here, just poking back and forth at each other. But again, back to that mid lane, they're picking up kills there. Renekton now, Cog sitting at 3-0 and 0. So he's going to be real strong. Look at him going into the decks. He has the Hydra completed as well. Only the Ninja Tabby right now. Hydra probably really all you need in terms of damage items. And here he is, maybe trying to make something happen in the bush. No, going to come out. I'm just going to call across all of these minions. Demon now actually doing his own sitting in the bush, just soaking up some of that experience. Cog gonna do his best to put a little bit more damage onto this tower. The stun's gonna come out, but Cog not really gonna take a whole lot of damage from that tower. And again, this is one of those games where we've had our share of a few exciting moments, and now gonna go back to a bit of a lull in the action. Take a look at the items again. There's no boots on Ezreal right now, so Masahiro relying solely on his ability to blink away right now, to move around the map, as opposed to the Bloodthirster. Well, no, Bloodthirster's on both of them. What am I talking about? Of course they have the same item there. In the bot lane, though, Kaka getting real ahead of Demon as he's here again. However, this time, Rubina's in the area. Kaka's going to probably just try and pick this up before going down. Or no, actually, he's so strong right now that he's going to force Rubina off this turret. And here comes Rainbrain trying to help him out. The ranged auto attack from human form Elise is going to help them take down that turret. It surely won't be standing for much longer. Yeah, not a lot of health there. And Kog'Og with that Hydra going to be able to lifesteal so much of that back. And yeah, there it is. There's the second tier turret in the bot lane. That's 4 turrets to nothing right now for RJ. And the turrets are not over yet, as here comes RJ in the tower. Look at the damage coming out of Emmy. He's going to be cold. The ultimate actually coming out. Going to force a flash out a little bit. Masahiro not done yet. Going to pick up a kill of his own, but now he's got to get away from Ricky P. Ricky P is going to pick up a double kill. I think RJ is going to call that worth any day of the week. Look at the damage in the mid lane as well. These second tier turrets are all going so low. So right now, after kind of a tough loss, honestly, in game 1. RJ coming back into a nice ball delivery there from Rubina. Balls on everyone. But now he's got to be real careful not to go down himself. Rainbreak taking a lot of damage. Will he survive? No, it's going to be a double kill for Rubina, and he's going to be able to get away from this. And again, Inferno Bomb just really not hitting where it needs to be, and the only one now in the area to clean up is Lucian. And as good as Ricky P is, I don't know if he's going to be able to come in and finish that fight. So they're going to lose quite a few members there. Lilibelt had died to Mashiro before, and then Appaman and Rainbrain both going down there. And for those of you wondering, Ezreal still no boots. Makes it pretty hard to run away from a Lucian in that prior situation. And he still has no boots. Here's support party. Karma gonna come try to tether. Black Shield's gonna break that, so these supports just kind of having a good time. Lilibelt, Fappy. Ooh, Lilibelt gets the last laugh, but Fappy shields it, so not a lot of damage is gonna go down there. Oh boy. Alright, that's not the fight I want to be watching, to be dead honest with you. Here comes Appaman once again in the mid lane. Just doing his best to try and get this wave pushed. Both of these top and middle second tier turrets going so low. Our blah, 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 blah words. All RJ has to do is group up, and they can take either one of these turrets, especially now that they know Jax is in the bot lane and his teleport is down. So that's the second tier turret in the mid lane and the 5th overall turret for RJ. They might just give up this bottom lane turret to Jax here. It is only 1st tier, and they haven't lost any other turrets. Fappy actually taking a lot of damage. Cog trying to slice and dice into that, and Demon actually taking quite a few tower hits, trying to make this tower go down. So a couple bombs coming out. Mashiro's going to take a hit as he tries to clear out the ward. Ping's going out as now Demon's being collapsed upon. The slice is going to hit, so the dice is going to hit. The stun's going to come out. Rest of the team closing in on Jack Demon. There's surely no way he can get out of this. He's going to jump. He's got the rest of the team following up. That's going to be a nice pickup. It's actually going to go across to Ricky P. Dang, that was a nice play by RJ. And with the dragon coming up here in 5 seconds, that's going to be dragon number 3 here for RJ. So after losing almost all of them in game 1, very, very nice play by RJ in game 2. And now here in game 3 again to pick up all of those dragons. So as they are picking up that dragon, and we see some people going into talking about Riot in Japan. What I can tell you about Riot in Japan is Riot, some of you maybe saw the announcement, Riot Tokyo is now official. They officially exist. They're still hiring quite a few people for that. They're a little, honestly, I think they're behind schedule, but we should have Japanese servers hopefully by the end of the year. And I don't think they're going to really, I think JCG is going to be its own separate entity. Riot's going to be its own separate entity. And there's also the LJ League, which is the other Japan League of Legends league. But enough about that. Let's get back to the game here. It's KTB, K-Thanks Bye from Malaysia taking on RJ, Rascal, Jester. This is game 3 in our international friendly show match. KTB taking game 1, RJ taking game 2. And RJ really trying to make a case for game 3 here. RJ, I would say, is definitely the strongest team in Japan right now, and they're making a case for it in terms of their ability to hang with teams from other countries. Take a look at the items. Jack still having a bit of trouble. He went Bilgewater. Now he had to build a Phage for a bit more health and survivability, but no real big items completed for him yet. Meanwhile, Randuin's going to be out here very, very shortly on Cog. Ziggs has a bit of penetration for his magic. The Trinity Bloodthirster build completed onto Lucian. Same thing going to be happening for Mashiro's Ezreal, but he's a little behind right now with only the Phage. He does finally, though, have his boots. So that's good news for KTB here. Ezreal got a little bit faster. As we might see an RJ push in the mid lane, but honestly, it's just a bit of a lull. And guess who's all by himself farming again? It's Ricky P down in that bot lane. Has to be a little careful. Demon in that bush. I think he knows he's there. So yeah, pings are going to come out. Demon's going to run away. Now what are RJ going to do? They're going to stand here, maybe try a little sneak. Heading a little bit towards the Baron, maybe trying to bait him up into the top lane instead. No, they might just try and push that top lane turret. Obviously, this game is not over yet. With gold, however, once again, starting to snowball a little bit in favor of RJ. It's an 8,000 gold lead. Turrets, really, that's the big story here, is that KTB has no turrets. They have no pressure, all of that, and that ultimate coming out of Ziggs, just knocking all of KTB off the turret. Spell Shield is going to eat the Q out of Little Bells Morgana. A nice shockwave. This is going to win the fight for KTB if they can land a shockwave. And Mashiro puts a nice arcane blast atop the top of the entire team. Oh my goodness. They trade 1 for 2. RJ takes a turret, but they can't be happy with how that fight ended up. Actually trying to turn around, waiting in the wings. Batman going to be taken very low. Will they land another Q? Ravena going to be taken very low. Ping's actually coming down. The bomb is just not going to land. Ziggs trying to get one more. We'll pick up one. Ravena is alive. Mashiro going very low. Zaire is going to go very low, but all of RJ also going very low. The thing about it is that they have Ziggs who can attack from so far away. That was a beautiful comeback around. KTB was looking for him in the lane bush. RJ waiting in the wings in the jungle. They pick one up, try to go for 2. Call it a fair trade because they pick one up to 0 in that, and it's 2 for 2 all in. And once again, take a look at Ricky P. 4, 1, and 3. So yeah, he's died this time, something he didn't do last game. But just getting big. He's got 40 farm, he's got the kills, he's got the assists. So he's got the pickaxe on top of his Trinity and his Bloodthirster. Look for him to build that last Whisper here pretty shortly. A bit low on cash in hand right now, but should get there pretty shortly. 9,800 in the bank to 7,300 on his counterpart Mashiro. All across the map, that's just, you can see the gold differences. 9,400 Renekton, 6,400 on Jax. Jungler's very, very close, but even mid laner, there's 26, 27. I can't do math. 1,700 difference across there. And the Spell Thief's Edge on Morgana with a few extra, a kill on top of that as well. Just doing a lot of work. So this, you know, it's 9,000 gold, but the way RJ is playing again, they're taking these objectives, they're taking the turrets. It's 6-0 in turrets right now. RJ is doing everything right. Yet, we saw in that last team fight, KTB has the ability, if they play the team fight perfect, to win a team fight, turn around, pick some objectives up, and get right back in this game. So, right now, you know, it's been there, really doing this for his team. His shockwaves have been amazing. In mid lane, he saved his team from several deaths. And in that last team fight, that's what picked his team up those kills. That would have gone very poorly if he had not landed that. And actually now, with Jax in the bot lane and forcing the rest of KTB off, Baron has been started. No, will they continue on it? It's going to go low. Nocturne ultimate coming out. He's going to go on to Ricky P. They've actually baited this out. They've gone away from Baron, but they're ultimate very low. A nice shotgun is going to land on a little bit. And Rainbrain. Rainbrain's going to have to repel out of it, but here comes Cogcog. Cogcog is a monster right now. Look at this Crocodile, and Ricky P not done either. Flash is coming out. Is he going to be able to chase him down? Going to maybe be able to cut Fappy off. Fappy, goodbye, sir. You have been fapped. And Rabina himself can't go that way. There's a turret. He's going to try and come back. Really quick to kill him. Rainbrain is going to go across to Ricky P as well. It's a double kill. Now, if they want, they can go back on this Baron because it's only Mashiro there alive for the team. And Mashiro's True Shot Barrage not up. So this should be a free Baron here for RJ. Alright, so they only lost the support. They picked up 3 kills and the Baron. On top of that, 2 of those kills, no, all 3 of them actually going across to Ricky P. So, but you cannot take anything away from Cogcog teleporting into that fight. Absolutely a monster. Right now, there's not a lot of magic damage. Obviously, Orianna has her death cap completed, but there's so much that comes out of that shockwave. So, even without any MR in that fight, now picking up the Spectre's Cowl. Cogcog just being a monster with the Hydra in there as well, doing a pretty good chunk of damage himself. We're going to have a bit of a lull in the action. Look for RJ to pick up another dragon, spiral this gold even further in their control. 27.5 minutes, going on a 11,000 gold lead once again. Rainbrain now has his Banshee's Veil completed, so he's going to be even more of a pain inside these team fights. And really, it's up to RJ. Where do they want to push right now? They've got the Baron buff. They've got all of the tier 2 turrets. Which inhibitor turret looks like it's ripe for the taking? Well, right now it looks like they're showing bot, so it might be this bottom turret as it's Ricky P going to continue to push in the mid lane as well. KTB, how are you going to defend this right now? A nice push coming out, but as soon as they leave mid, it leaves Ricky P open to push that middle turret. Look at the damage coming out of Ziggs onto Mashiro. He's going to go solo, almost dying to the Mega Inferno Bomb. Rainbrain going to sit actually in the Mantrid Q from Karma. Doesn't really matter. The only unfortunate thing there is that they don't actually pick up the kill on Mashiro. So he's able to heal up in that fountain and come back into this fight. Fappy gets caught in Dark Binding. Going to get called. Again, he's not going to go down either. So there's so much damage, but they're not picking up any kills. They're just trying to keep these waves pressed up on the turrets. Slowly but surely, Ricky P is going to take a couple shots on this turret. The bombs coming out. The passive from Ziggs doing a pretty good chunk as well. Balls coming over the wall. No shockwave there. Shockwave is available, so RJ does have to be a little bit careful. Don't want to stand very close to that. As they continue to just put the siege down onto this turret. They have to be real careful of maybe a... Oh, and actually, no, that goes down so quickly. And now they're going on to there. Not going to be very effective in that team fight as he has to walk away. Rabina's going to get taken down right away in the middle of that team fight as he had no follow-up from the team. Demon, look at the damage coming out of Ricky P. A flash out of Demon into the Mega Inferno Bomb. I'm pretty sure that's going to be game. It's only Zaire and Mashiro up. Are they going to be able to keep this game going for their team, but look at the damage coming out of Ricky P. Shockwave not available. Kogkog just lifestealing back. Here's the Cocoon gonna land on Zare. They're gonna take a lot of damage. Ricky P gonna flash in for that. Mashiro gonna take a lot of damage. She's gotta stand in the Nexus. Gonna use his barrier. Gonna be killed anyway. That'll be game. GG. Congratulations to Rascal Jester. Just stretching the lead way too far. After a back and forth game 1, Rascal Jester coming out game 2 and 3, showing why they are indeed the top team in Japan at the moment. 2 very, very quick games, and 2 very, very convincing games. Well played by KTB, but in the end, wow. That was just RJ playing on a whole nother level. And the 2 keys for that success, obviously Opperman played very well, but Rainbrain helped Kogkog get ahead, and Ricky P was Ricky P. Takeaways Caitlyn, he takes Lucian and goes 8-1-7. So just really good map awareness to get the objectives, rotating all over the map. And I don't think, there were no towers taken by KTB. So, whew. All right. Normally, I'd be sitting here bantering with somebody, but nobody else here today, so I think we're going to call it a night. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by this evening. It was great to have you. Very, very lively chat this evening. So that was International Show Match here for JCG. That's Japan Competitive Gaming. You can search that, but you're only going to find their website in Japanese, so I don't know how effective that's going to be. Otherwise, you can find me. I'm Corey Swanson. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, SW4NZ. If you want to stay informed about what's happening in Japan, I really need to try harder about fulfilling my duties in that, right? It's hard with a full-time job and casting at night. But in the end, at the end of the day, it's RJ taking the series 2-3. Like I said, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Minasan, mite kurete arigatou gozaimasu. Hontou ni o tsukare sama. Nanka nagai 3試合だったけれども、最後まで見てくれたらありがとうございました。また、26日優勝、決勝戦つもりだったけれども、できなかったからいつやるか私もよくわからないんだけれども、私のツイッターとかパプリコさんのツイッターとか JCG のサイトとかでも見ればすぐわかると思います。Alright, that's it. Like I said, if you guys want to do it, or if you want to check it out, follow me. Check out the JCG site. We'll be having JCG Season 2 Championships coming up. You can see RJ again facing off against actually Ozone-sponsored Rampage here in Japan. Should be coming up in the next week or 2. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. Have a good one, everybody.
Just lost the game, tried my hardest. Was unfamiliar with the role. Misunderstandings and chance select. The time took its toll. I don't want to have to feel again. it seems to end up in defeat. I wish that I could choose top lane even before I play. What's this I see? I'm queuing up to find the right team, wondering just who they might be. No pick order or calling for roles, so I get to play what I want. I'm queuing up to find the right team, wondering just who they might be. No pick order or calling for roles, so I get to play what I want. Everyone's playing their champions well. Our jungler knows how to smite. Mid is roaming, our support is by wars, and our marksman kites. It's nice to see teamwork from everyone. Well, I got to practice top. What a game, it was close, but we won. Now I'll try out mid. I'm queuing up to find the right team, wondering just who they might be. No pick order or calling for roles, so I get to play what I want. I'm queuing up to find the right team, wondering just who they might be. No pick order or calling for roles, so I get to play what I want.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. What's going on, everybody? You're tuned in this evening to Japan Esports. This is our 7th international show match tonight. It's going to be Rascal Jester taking on Insidious Gaming KTB. So somebody we have not actually faced off against before. It's an amateur team who are going into the Garena Premier League. So they just, I think, won the Legends Circuit Spring Season 2014. And so that's who we're going to see tonight. We will be starting hopefully in about, what is it? It's 8 o'clock here Japan time. So we should be starting in about 10 minutes. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. This is a team I don't know a whole lot about. I can tell you about Rascal Jester Japan. If there are any viewers here more familiar with Insidious in the chat, if you could, if you got anything to say about them, I would very much appreciate that. But in terms of Rascal Jester right now, currently probably the top team in Japan. They've won just about everything that they've had thrown at them this year so far. 2014 has really been Rascal Jester's year. They came out and they won the JCG Premier League Grand Championship. Then they won the JCG Premier League Season 1 2014 Championship. They won the LJ League Winter League Championship. And I believe it's next weekend, or it might be this Saturday. I would have to check and get back to you. But Rascal Jester is going to have to take on Ozone Rampage for the Season 2 championship here at JCG. So definitely the hottest team in Japan right now, and I think they're really, really excited to get a chance every time we come around and have these games against, just a whole international community. It's very, very different different skill levels compared to what we have here in Japan. So that's always a good thing. We're just going to make sure I am not behind on anything. I don't think we have a game ready to go yet. So, and we have fans of Mashiro here, which I like already. That's really great. Mashiro is the AD carry for Insidious Gaming. So, Japan, why you go full lol? Yeah, I don't know. Good question indeed. But Japan still very, very early in the League of Legends esports scene. There's not even a Japan server right now, so everybody here plays on the North American servers, or in this case tonight, we're going to be playing on Garena for something a little bit different. But there was news just released. Of course, this is not really news because everybody knew about it for a very long time, but Riot Tokyo has now officially started, so they'll be working on the Japan server. That'll be coming hopefully by the end of the year. That's the plan they've said for us. Whether or not that's true, we'll see. But yeah, wow, there's actually quite a few people here talking about Mashiro and his ADC play. So I'm getting really excited to see that, because on the opposite side for RKP, or for Rascal Jester, the AD carry is RKP, arguably one of the better AD carry players in Japan. So it'll be fun to see him match up against who sounds like a pretty good player. I'll admit, like I said, I'm not super up to date on my Garena stuff over here today, but I'm super excited. I've heard really good things about Insidious, so it's always kind of funny how these show matches start, because it's usually just word of mouth, like, hey, my buddy is a friend of so-and-so who happens to be on this team, can we hook them up? Can we have them play? And I'm not saying that's necessarily how this one went down, but I think that's kind of how this one went down. So, hey, what's up? 9 million Twitch. Nice to have you back, as always. I don't actually know if they've hired a ton of people for Riot Japan yet. They're looking for a lot of localization right off the bat. And honestly, I think they're a little behind schedule, but I don't want to spout off much more than that because I don't know for sure, and I don't want to get in trouble with them as well. So, hey, Javeless, welcome as well. Yes, Japan does play League of Legends. Does Japan play League of Legends well? Yeah, we're working on it. It's still a pretty young scene. We've been having teams at a high level for about 1 year, or maybe not high level is maybe the wrong word, but we've had teams for about a year, and they're finally starting to hit a point where they don't get completely stomped in an international community. Let's just put it that way. So, a little bit behind yet, but I don't know. They'll keep getting better. It's a very, very young scene, and I think the potential is there. There's just not really a culture of playing computer games in Japan. Everything is so based around both arcades and home consoles, which is why you see the likes of Nintendo and Sony. Two of the three dominant console makers are from Japan. So we are hopefully starting soon. I was told 8:10. It's 8:09 now, so I'm very, very I don't think it's gonna start at 8:10. But I'm gonna get in touch with the people here. It's just me again tonight. Thanks, Ferlin. We will have Ferlin back, I believe, on Saturday, or someday. The next time we cast here on JCG, Ferlin should be back. So all of you missing your Ferlin fix, she'll be back very, very shortly. So no worries on that. I'm trying to keep up with everybody here. There's so much going on. Yeah, I don't know what Riot's esports, casting, etc. plan is for Japan. I think that's honestly kind of down the road right now because they really just are focusing on getting that server up and running. There's just so much localization to do to make the client playable, to make it kind of resonate with Japanese gamers. because they want to do this right and they want to get as many players as they possibly can. And in order to do that, they've got to release a pretty high quality product. So, boy, I can't think and talk at the same time. But just trying to check in here. So let's see what else is exciting. I am Corey Swanson. Swans, I guess, is some sort of name I've taken for myself here. But Alan Tylad. Wow, 9 million knows everything. じゃあ少し日本語で言うので、じゃあ皆さんこんばんは。これは JCG の英語配信、ラスカルジェスター対インシディウスゲーミング国際戦で、もしかして日本語で見たいなら、twitch.tv/jcglol で、パプリカさんが日本語で配信するつもりだから、まあ日本語で見たいならそこで見てもらって、あと多分ニコ生でもやってると思うんだけれども、そっちはそんな詳しくはないから、まあもしかして英語で見たいなら私と一緒ここでずっと今晩のベストオブ3一緒でいてくれたらそれも私すごく嬉しいので、じゃあ alright, so like I said before, this is JCG's 7th international show match, and we will be doing a best of 3 series tonight with Rascal Jester taking on Insidious Gaming KTB. So should be a really exciting match. I'm super stoked to get into this. Like I said, it will be a best of 3. So whoever takes 2 games first wins. I'd love to see 3 games. I wouldn't mind 2 because solo casting is really, really hard. That's why we usually have 2 people here. Unfortunately, I'm not getting any feedback right now, so I don't know what time we're expecting to start here. I guess, oh wait, I think I might have, maybe? Hold on, wait, where'd it go? I thought I saw it, and now I don't see it, and luckily, because this is Garena and it's Singapore, everything's in English, which I'm really, really grateful for, because we've played on Taiwan before, and Chinese is a little bit harder to understand. The characters, of course, are pretty similar to what's used in Japanese, but still leaves a lot to be lost in translation. And now the game is gone? Oh boy. I don't know. Somebody... All right, I just got news. There you go. Patty the Plant, right on the money. 7:30, 8:30 Japan time. So we'll be getting in pretty shortly here, which means we have a little bit of time. I don't think there's any Kamoji, but wow, you guys are fantastic tonight already. I'm enjoying this. Putty the Batman, Patty the Plant. Lots of great names in here. But as I was saying, we are going to have game start at 8:30, so that's in about 15 minutes. So if there's anything you guys want to discuss before then, feel free. Japan, pretty exciting place. Like I said, not the most exciting place for League of Legends. On their way up. We'll have to see how that goes. But Rascal Jester, definitely the team to watch out for from Japan. So if you stick around, watch them tonight, you can kind of maybe form your own judgments on where Japan's League of Legends scene stands. So I don't know. There's definitely a long way to go because so many of these players are still trying to dedicate as much time as they can to League of Legends, but they're almost exclusively all students, typically at the college level. Some of them are high schoolers still, but trying to fit in, no matter what the country, trying to fit in gaming and schooling at the same time is always very difficult. And in Japan, because there's no culture, there's no history whatsoever outside of a few very famous professional fighting game players, there's really no culture for esports when you take a look at countries like, say, Korea, for example, which is obviously like the mecca where you go to play esports. And even in China, maybe it's still very difficult, but there are a lot of really good teams and a lot of really good players coming out of China. And then even in these smaller scenes, Taiwan, Singapore, you have really good players and teams coming out, and they're able to put the time in. In Japan, gaming on a computer is still a relatively new phenomenon, simply because not so many families own computers, and the people who did own computers and play computer games for the longest time kind of had a stigma of playing some not so appropriate games. But that is changing a little bit. Boy, I'm super excited. Mashiro is just getting super talked up in this chat tonight, so I'm expecting to see some great play out of him tonight. So if you're here viewing from typical maybe JCG viewer, I know there's like 4 of you out there who always tune in and check out JCG. I hope you're here tonight because you're going to get a chance to see how these Japan teams stack up against these other teams all over the world. And apparently we're going to see how everybody stacks up against Mashiro, who is very, very white, because Mashiro is very white in Japanese. But yeah, that's going to be the excitement for this evening. Super hyped. Yeah, this is all of your fault, Twitch chat. He is super duper hyped. Why don't we actually take a minute here then, I guess, since we have the time, and we'll be learning more about them later. But let's look at some of these players. So RJ, maybe their shot caller, their leader, their mid laner is Oppaman. He's I want to say he's their best player, but there are definitely times when he struggles to look like Rascal Jester's best player. Probably his favorite champion in the mid lane, Orianna, plays a lot of Orianna, Nidalee. And so with the latest patch, Orianna kind of coming back into even more favor. Look for him to maybe pull that out tonight. Arfod in the top is usually pretty consistent. He can go on tilt, which I guess is the exact opposite of consistent. But in terms of Arfod, I definitely see him as a very stable player. He's nothing too flashy. He always kind of tries to just get the job done. In the jungle, it's Rainbrain, who is apparently a pervert. Again, I'll let you make your own decisions. I don't want the players showing up at my door and getting me in trouble. But we'll see a bit of him. And in the bot lane, it's Little Belt and RKP. RKP probably the other best player for Rascal Jester in the AD carry position. And not only is he a really good player, he's gotten so much better over the past of the last 6 months, to the point where I can call him maybe the best player on Rascal Jester. 6 months ago, I wouldn't have even called him the best ADC in Japan. Now, for those of you who follow Japan, ADCs, the top 3, maybe Melon, Udiproid, who doesn't play much ADC anymore, and RKP. And I would definitely put RKP on the top of that list. And Lilibelt, all I can say about Lilibelt is he is an adorable little man. You can actually, I don't know, his pics, just search Lilibelt, RJ Lilibelt, maybe he pops up. He just got really chubby cheeks. Really embodies the role of a jolly support. So we'll see. And now, taking a look at the other side for Insidious Gaming, it's going to be Demon in the top lane. Rabina? Can somebody help me out on that? I want to say Rabina, but I could be wrong. In the jungle, Zare in mid, Fappy on support. What a great name there. And of course, who I now know is the most hyped, the best player here for Insidious Gaming, the best ADC is going to be Mashiro. So super excited to see him. Yeah, because all of you, you can see me like looking off the screen. This is your chat over here. And it's everybody just continues to say Ribona. Ribana? There's an O in that, Frequan. Oh boy. If I'm butchering your names, Insidious, I really apologize. But we'll do what we can. We'll get it figured out. Oh, wow. And we can have 1,000. Wow, cool. All right. Well, that's a feature I did not know existed. And we actually have Mashiro's Japanese here. So, actually pretty good. Pretty good typing here. So that's good. Ribena. Zaire? Okay, you guys definitely have to keep me honest here. Zaire and Ribena. Ribena. Whew. All right. Well, we'll try and keep up to it. Yes, for those of you just joining us, this is JCG International Show Match. I am the Baka Gaijin Corey, according to ARG here. Thanks for stopping by. We do appreciate it. It's nice to have everybody here this evening. Like I said before, it'll be about an 8:30 start. We're just getting everybody into the room right now, making sure everybody's on the right side. Yeah, is that a food? I feel like that's a food. I'm gonna look that up now. Oh, it's a fruit drink. It's it's a fruit drink concentrate. So, absolutely sugary sweet. But wow. So I'm just gonna put this out here right now. Apparently, on this client, you can have 8 bajillion spectators. I've never seen this many spectators in a custom room before, so not super funny, but I don't know. We're just making conversation right now, folks, because I was tricked. I was told the game would start a little bit earlier, and it didn't. And it didn't make any sense to turn off the stream, so we're gonna stick around here for a little bit. But yeah, we actually almost have everybody. Wow, I'm actually looking at Insidious come in now, and they're all like popping up into this lobby, and it's like challenger, like wow. So I'm excited. There are not so many players in challenger in Japan right now. Part of that probably because they play on the NA server. There's a little bit more competition, but I'm excited, boy. Here we go. We're gonna get started very, very soon as we get everybody into the room, but it will be a 5 mins toilet as we are going to wait for that to get on. Play some video. We don't actually have any cool video for you this evening. We really should, but like I said before, I'm casting from home. We're not in the JCG studio tonight because Ferlin is not around, and I do not officially super work for JCG. Like, that's Ferlin's job, and I come in and just have a good time casting. So for the time being, yeah. Sandstorm. Somebody play that song. I wonder if I can. I actually don't know if there are like rules on what's royalty and what's not royalty allowed, but Patty the Plant. We have intro video. Is there an Insidious Gaming? Oh, that would be Insidious Gaming video. Well, you have a Facebook. This is a start. Let's see. I just found the Insidious Gaming Facebook, and there's just pictures of cute girls, which I'm not going to complain about. But yeah, also guys, Nightbot does not like your caps, so I don't know who set that up. I think that's just the default Nightbot setting. So if you're getting knocked out by caps, that's probably why you're getting kicked out. You can come back. I don't think it's got like a super duper. Wait, what? I feel like what for con? This can't be. Wait. Day 2 of Flare goes in direction. This time Alexia. Amelia, also known as Alexia. I play top lane for ISG Flare. Oh, there's a whole team. ISG Flare. Oh, that's cool. Featuring the lineup of Crystal, Charmaine, Amelia, Jasmine, Janice, and Valerie. Hey, I like that. Oh, sorry. I don't know how to... Nightbot, stop being mean. I wonder if I can post that for you. There. Wait, is that... What did I just... Oh, is that what KTB is? K thanks, bye. Ha ha ha. Wow, that's fantastic. All right, so we are actually going to be jumping in pretty quick here. Yeah, I think it's the Singapore Siren. I don't know. Can't argue. I think, though, we are just about ready to get in the game here. So it'll be oh, man, I'm so excited now. KTB. But, yeah, we will be jumping in the game. All 10 members, 5 members from each team are here. So any second now, excuse me, once we get ready from everybody, we're going to be jumping into game here. It'll be picks and bans. Game 1 here in a best-of-3 international show match, or an international friendly, I guess. I don't know why we call it a show match here in Japan. We get to show off everybody's skills and have a good time. And nothing on the line except a little bit of national pride. But it will be Insidious Gaming, KTB, K thanks bye, going up against RJ. That's Rascal Jester here tonight. It's a best-of-3 series. So, obviously, you all know how best of 3 works. The first team to get 2 wins is going to win. And like I said, I told you I can tell you all about Japan. I can tell you all about RJ. I can't tell you so much about Insidious. And part of that is because I was told this game was happening yesterday. So, we're not very good at communication over here. But oh well, we'll figure it out. Wow, no, everybody's going to the toilet now, so that's what's taking us forever. But at least we're having, you guys are missing on a very good, exciting. So wow, Nightbot is so angry. Jeez. So RJ, I guess for those of you who are just joining us or maybe missed it earlier, RJ is the top team in Japan right now. I don't think there's really any arguing that at this point. You might say Ozone Rampage has a shot at the top spot, but right now in 2014, RJ has not lost any major tournament here in Japan. They've won the JCG Grand Championships they were the 2013 Grand Championships, but they were held in January. They won the JCG Premier League Season 1 Championships. They won the LJ League Winter Championships, and they will be facing off against Ozone Rampage for the Season 2 JCG Premier League Championship coming up here, I think on Saturday. So, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said before, Appaman, RKP are going to be the 2 players on RJ to really look out for because they're really the powerhouse players, and I think we're just about ready. So yeah, and Riot Tokyo announced, pretty exciting. Yeah, so I apologize for that. I keep getting it confused. We're on the Singapore server. Oh, it's the C server. Sorry, somebody keeps telling me it's Singapore server, so it's okay. It's Singapore and Malaysia, but Insidious is from Malaysia, so not to be confused with anywhere else, from Malaysia. And actually, this is picks and bans right here, so let's get that up and running. Here we are. On the blue side today, it will be K thanks bye. On the red side, purple side, it will be RJ, Rascal, Jester. We're looking for the first ban coming out here from Demon. Who's it going to be? 3, 2, 1. It will, like I was saying, Opperman plays a lot of Orianna, so no surprise there. It will be Orianna taken out here with the first ban. And actually, just in case a few of you are a little confused, Cog looks like we'll be playing tonight. That is their sub top laner. Sometimes he plays, and sometimes, usually it's Arfode, but tonight it will be Cog in the top lane. Second ban coming out today is Soraka. No surprises there either. Soraka is such a pain in the butt to play against. People have kind of realized she doesn't have to play support. You can send her top, you can send her middle, build just kind of tanky and keep your team alive. Vi coming out, so that's another jungler pick, or not another, that's the first jungler pick. And that's somebody, one of Rainbrain's maybe top 3 champions, so it looks like KTB has done their research coming into this match. I like what they're banning out already. And Leona, so Lilibel's not going to be able to play that. I really like these bans coming out of KTB. On the flip side, Ryze was banned for ban number 2. And ban number 3, we'll have to see what RJ really wants to take away. Right now, it's kind of just some general scary champions, kind of flavor of the month. Soraka, Ryze, and even Kha'Zix, still a very, very strong champion. So, but all kind of flavor of the month, whereas Orianna, Vi, Leona are definitely more targeted bans. So already it looks like KTB may be doing a little bit more of their homework coming into this match. All right, so we have Demon here. He's looking to pick up. I have no idea. We'll have to see who they pick up here. But you guys give so much. Yeah, well, we'll have to see. I don't know much about Fappy, so if he's going to be able to carry his team. Looks like he will be able to carry his team. They're going to get this Thresh, which is definitely a champion you're going to be able to pick up and carry your team. When Thresh is left open like that, there's really no reason not to take him. So a nice pickup there by KThanksBye, and we're going to go over for picks 1 and 2 here for RJ. RKP likes to play a lot of Caitlyn. It'll be interesting to see if maybe they want to pick up that AD carry first. I don't know if they necessarily do. So yeah, and here we go. We'll probably get this Nidalee locked in. Talked about Opperman, his Nidalee and his Orianna. Orianna being banned, so Nidalee will probably be picked up. Yep, there it's locked in. And Caitlyn, there we go. Like I said, RKP's probably favorite champion, so it will be another comfort pick here for RJ. Going back over here, picks number 2 and 3 for KTB. Let's see what they want to do. Right now, really, they can do anything because Thresh fits just about any composition. Zaire? I got to make sure I'm doing these right. Rabina and Zaire are going to be picking up. Looks like it might be a Lee Sin, so we might get to see some technical jungle wungle, and I would not be surprised at all to see Lucian picked up right now. Lucian is so strong. The damage that comes out of him is just so high, and even though Thresh is his mortal enemy, they work so well in lane together. Thresh just keeping you in range for all of the damage that Lucian's able to put out. All the damage he's able to put out, and keeps you in range for his passive, and he keeps just doing more and more damage. All right, and so here we're gonna see something we haven't seen a lot of yet in Japan. Obviously, it's kind of been flavor of the month for everybody is going to be that support Morgana. And yeah, it'll be Morgana locked in right away, and Elise is going to be picked up. So that's, we talk about Rainbrain's champions. It's usually Lee Sin, Vi, and Elise. Vi being banned, Lee Sin being picked up. So it will be Elise. Rainbrain's going to be on his Elise. And everybody keeps talking about Mashiro. So he has this Lucian. I want to see what he does with it. But now we're actually going to finish up the lineups here for KThanksBye. It might actually be a Lissandra. So we'll see if that gets locked in, as Fappy now trying to figure out what they want in the top lane. Top lanes for both teams here tonight not yet being picked out. So I don't know. Got to go with maybe a safe pick. Jax is available if you want to run like a teleport Jax. So here's Jax The question is, will Demon be running a teleport or ignite? Personally, I like the teleport. It just gives your team a little bit more presence. But ignite also very, very strong. It looks like it will actually probably be switched to teleport, but we'll see. We'll let you know. And now it will be the last pick coming over. Who are you going to pick to lane against that Jax? Jax is just such a strong champion. Obviously, you have a little bit of time to beat him while he's working on his way to 6, but after that, especially if you just let him get going, very, very scary champion. And if they do end up taking the teleport, it just gives you so much more presence all over the map. Ooh, this might be a Trundle pickup here. And I like this pick if they're going to lock it in because of the extra resist that Jax gets from his ultimate. You're able to actually just rip those away with Trundle and fight back, reduce with your Q to take away some of that attack damage as well. And he does have the pillar as well, so that's going to allow him to cancel the teleport. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to take teleport as well. We're getting a few switches around here. They can't seem to quite figure out who's going to play what. I'm getting really confused. Don't do this to me, RJ. Play the champions you're supposed to play. And as soon as we get it locked in here, we will do the summoners. And yeah, there is a spectator here, I know, for KTB, recording it for later KTB use. So is it, sarcasm is very hard in chat, so I'm very, very confused as if you're serious or not, Putty the Batman. But I'd like to think that we're going to see a Lucian God here. I'd hope. I love seeing great players. So, well, it's 5 seconds. We can take this down. No big deal. Let's take a look at those now. So it will be Jax running a teleport. Heal actually going on to Trundle. Oh, no, I lied. He does switch over to teleport at the last minute right there. What else do we have across the board? The heal on Nidalee. That's going to be nice. She is going against the Kale, so a nice amount of sustained damage with her E available. So the Nidalee heals and the Summoner heals are going to help keep her alive. In the bot lane, we might actually see Mashira, taking the barrier. So he initially had heal locked in. Obviously, heal's been nerfed a little bit, so there's definitely more, counterplay to bring in a barrier. However, there's no ignite on RJ's side, so there's going to be no, healing reduction. We'll see. There's not a huge difference between barrier and heal right now, but I guess this is the time to really check it out. And then, of course, both supports going to be taking exhaust tonight. Pretty standard pickup there. So taking a look at these teams. Oh boy, KTB is really, really scary. RJ is going to have to keep the entire map warded and never go anywhere alone because Jax, Lee Sin, KO, Lucian, and Thresh. It's a really good lineup if you want to try and delete somebody. So it looks like it will be Jax as the front line here for KTB. So probably a more tanky Jax build, which is the more common Jax build. On the flip side, for RJ, you can actually see kind of the remnants of a sieging comp. And you look at this, you have Nidalee, you have Caitlyn, who are just going to be able to throw out the long-range poke and harass around those towers. On top of that, I really like this setup. It's Elise and Morgana who both have these bindy stuns. Keep people from moving, makes it a lot easier to hit your Nidalee spears. And as if that weren't enough, you can use Trundle pillars to basically block off the area between turrets and junglers, or kind of force all members of KTB to stand where you want them so that these Piltover Peacemakers and Nidalee spears are going to hit. But I don't know. It's really hard to say when you have teams from different leagues, different countries, and even different calibers competing against each other. You never know who's going to pick it off. I really like both of these teams, and it's going to come down to who plays their composition better. So, in addition to that, you do still have the Kale. So even if Jax, it's a J. Even if Jax doesn't get tanky right away, he's still going to have 3 seconds of invulnerability to get in and just cause havoc in these team fights, as we are now going to be jumping into game very shortly. Going to get the loading screen up here, and then we will bring you game 1 here very, very shortly. It's just KTB, K thanks bye, taking on RJ from Japan. So getting a little bit of Asian League of Legends action here tonight. We really appreciate y'all stopping by. Should be a pretty good time. This will be a best of 3, and it's a friendly. Obviously, these players are out there here to win, but you know, you're not losing any prize money. You're getting a little bit of wounded pride is your reward for losing here. So we'll see how it goes. じゃあもう一回日本語で言うから、もしかして日本語で見たい方、日本人とかいるなら、ここは英語の配信やってますので、日本語で見たいなら、また twitch.tv/jcgll で見たら、そこでパプリコさんが日本語配信やってますので、まあ別にここでも私の英語配信見てもらうと私すごく嬉しいんだけれども、まあもしかして日本語の方が分かりやすいなら、そっち行って日本語で見ることができますので、まあこれは KTB 対 RJ で国際戦これから始めたいと思います。All right. Here we go. Everybody's just getting loaded into the game. Want to play a game? There's 10 players here. One of them is not loaded. Who is not loaded? I'll give you a hint. He's really, really hyped up. So, but yeah, let's jump into game here. And I'll show you this wonderful pause screen, actually. Because I think Mashiro did not actually connect. So, we'll see. Actually, this overlay looks kind of like it's off. If somebody could let me know at some point if that's funky. Maybe I screwed up the interface size. No, 87. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so you're all right. I think we're waiting on Mashiro. But yeah, I do actually Ghostly Izzy. It's facebook.com/SW4NZ. You can be one of my all like 100 fans because I'm so great. But yeah, I'm looking at the chat now. If you guys can just help me out. I think I said it before, but I can't honestly tell if the overlay is, I don't know. It looks kind of funky. Oh, well, let's try and fix it. Anyway. Alright, we're going to be starting here very, very shortly. I'm just trying to fix all of this. It's still very, very funky. I don't know what the problem is, but that was the problem indeed. Alright, so here we go. This is game 1. It's going to be KTB, K thanks bye. They're hoping to make this quick so they can say K thanks bye pretty quick. Taking on Rascal Jester. So it's Malaysia versus Japan. This is a friendly. It's just pride on the line. So we have started as pings go down. RJ lines up all across their side of the jungle. Going to make sure there's no invade coming out. And it's a pretty similar thing here coming out from KTB, as we have members very, very evenly spaced all over the map. Nice dance party here in the mid lane. Cog and Rabina. Or no, that wasn't. That was, yeah, it was. It was Rabina having a nice dance party there in the mid lane. Pings come down. They see wards going down into the river bush. Quite a lot of pings, actually. So they're going to know that's there. They actually get pinged out as well. Mashiro getting pinged down. I don't think they know he's there, as they can now see Rabina walking past the ward in the top lane. So some nice warding here from RJ is going to let them know there might be a bit of a late invade onto this red here coming out from K Thanks Bye.
Minions
It's going to be just Rabina in the... No, it's not. I can't get anybody straight. Demon in the bottom lane, excuse me. Making sure their red doesn't get taken. And yeah, it looks like we might get a red trade. They know this is happening as they see all these 4 members of KTB walk across the map. Pings coming down. I don't know if they're going to... there were pings on KTB's red to maybe try and invade. Instead, they're just going to give it up and actually take a look at this. Oh, a nice Q coming out. But Lil Belt just flashed. I think got a little bit scared, and KTB picking up a free flash for that. And now RKP's got to be pretty careful. Fappy's got his hook available with members of his team in the area. He's got to be so careful not to do that. Take a look at Rainbray, maybe trying to do an invade, but he walks over a ward, and Demon has already taken that red buff. So KTB, a very, very good start here, is going to be able to take 3 buffs for their team. And that's going to put poor Rainbrain behind in the jungle. We also see both bot lanes here in the top lane. So it's just a bot top lane switch. Demon, after picking the red up, he's going to heal. And just use that teleport to get back in the bot. But look at the damage coming into RKP. The hook out of Thresh is going to miss, but it doesn't really matter. You get a flash for that. Come back, hook RKP another day. So already KTB making a huge impact everywhere on the map. RKP's actually going to go back this early in the game. He's only level 1. It's already 2 for Fappy and Mashiro. So this is going to go very, very poorly. He's going to just try and have to farm under turret, but that's only if Mashiro and Fappy are going to let that happen. Lane here pushed for Cog, which means he's got to be real careful farming as well. Right now, KTB just looking like the better team. I think RJ's a little bit out of practice. That or they're just really used to playing against other Japanese teams. Nice pink there by Fappy. So that's going to be a nice ward pickup. Zaire doing a nice job in the mid lane as well. Just keeping it pushed. With a Kale, you should probably be out pushing a Nidalee, at least until she hits her Cougar form. RKP finally just going to hit level 2 as it's 3 for Little Belt, Mashiro, and Fappy in the top lane. In the bot lane, you can see Demon pushing his lane out pretty well. And Appleman actually taking a lot of damage. This is where he's got to be careful. Zaire has the Ignite available. Zaire has the Ignite available as well, so any lower... and Nilly's got to be real careful. Here's Cog farming a huge wave at his turret. Going to do the best he can so far in the bot lane. As the hook comes out, splits the uprights. Field goal's good, but the hook is no good. Doesn't matter. The damage out of Mashiro, so much right now. You look at that. It's only the Doran's Blade, and already it's hurting a lot. In the bot lane, poor Cog going up against the red buff Jax. Look at the damage he takes from that. As Trundle, you know, you have a giant power spike at 6, but I mean, Jax power spikes there as well. And in terms of those champions, you just have to be so careful because the red buff basically gives you a free win in lane if you play it right. A little bit of damage going down in the top lane. But again, I think it's Mashiro actually doing a pretty good job up here. You look at their farm right now, and across the board, pretty even. The only big difference starting to develop is in that mid lane. And again, like I said before, I think that's to be expected a little bit, as Kale has a little bit better wave clear than Nidalee. But on top of that, they're just been playing a lot better. As the hook's going to land on RKP, will they dive here? Actually, a very, very early exhaust coming out onto Ravina. As he just walks up, gets exhausted. Here's Oppaman, he's exhausted. The summoner heal's going to come out. Does the Nidalee heal exist? No, flash is coming out from both sides there. Oppaman's got to flash away, and Rainbrain there to try and make something happen, forcing Zaire's flash from there as well. It was a flash for a flash, but Oppaman missing both of his summoners. Actually, Zaire missing both of his as well. So they did get Rainbrain's flash, so when all is said and done, It's a one summoner victory for KTB, but nobody's quite died yet. We'll have to see how it continues as we go further into this game. But right now, it's everybody just doing their best to farm. We'll pretend like we didn't see that little belt. That was not the best Q out of Morgana I've ever seen. And actually, here's Cogcog now. There's the level 6 coming out of both of them. And actually, it was the ultimate blown from Cogcog. Demon still has his available, so though he did take quite a bit of damage from Cogcog, he does still have the ultimate available. Something goes down. There is the stun going to come out. Ultimate's still not being blown, so it's just the auto attacks and the Q. There's a lot of damage. Actually, Demon's got to be careful not to take so much minion damage now. Cogcog wondering if maybe a gank is being baited here, but that looks like it will be Demon actually going back. His teleport is available. See if he wants to use that to get back into lane. But right now, I think you can already maybe see a little bit of the experience gap between these two teams. Japan has a little bit of a way to go, but doing their best. Obviously, no room for apologies, though, because these teams have agreed to it. Time to show them what they got. You want to play with K-Thanks By? You got to make sure you practice and come into this and do your thing. Obviously, right now, it's anybody's game. It's 0 kills, 0 kills, 0 towers, 0 towers, and look at that gold. The advantage going slightly in favor of KTB, but that's only if you can call 200 gold an advantage. Mathematically, yeah. In the game, no. The one thing that KTB also has going for them, though, is these lanes. No kills, but going pretty well in favor just in terms of pressure. Farm still pretty close. Cogcog going to be dove on a little bit, but there's the ultimate, and this is why you can take a trundle against the Jax. The pillar coming out, jumping over through the pillar. And actually now this is going to be Opperman dive down. The cocoon is just going to miss from Rainbrain. First blood going to go off to Rabina. Zer's going to have to be real careful. He should actually have his ultimate did get blown there. Now Rainbrain got to be very careful not to be taken down by Rabina. So first blood going across there. A nice dive. Rainbrain was in the area, but just not there in time, and they actually forced Opperman to run the other way. The hook's going to land on the Little Belt. He should be okay. A little bit of damage coming across as the Dark Binding will miss as well. RKP has got to run away from this culling. Lilibel, just a human shield. And those poor minions going down to tower. Lilibel doing his best to farm with that pool. So right now, I would say the only thing going well for RJ is this bot lane. And even then, as long as Jax doesn't die, he's going to continue to get bigger. However, it's a 10 minion advantage here in the bot lane, so Cogcog doing a pretty good job down there. However, elsewhere around the map, now that the kills are going down, it's about 20 farm in favor of Zer over Opperman. And even in the top lane, 10 farm, not huge yet. The items, take a look at that. There is an extra longsword there for Mashiro, but nothing getting too out of hand yet. Demon, a nice little stun on the Cogcog. Cogcog going at it as well. Demon has to be so careful. Does just force the Cogcog ultimate again. Look at the health being drained, though. Here comes Rabina, though, into the bot lane. I don't know, honestly, if Demon has the health to go for it, as now Zer's going to be attacked, ganked in the mid lane as well. Going to turn back around. The invulnerability is going to come out, but the cocoon landing, the spear landing, Opperman going to get one back. So now mid laners, no, not trading kills, because the first one actually went to Rabina. So Opperman sitting at 1-1-0. He's going to be happy about that. A nice spell shield is going to keep RKP alive. A nice ultimate on Lilibel. Will actually stun Fappy. The ultimate, a bit of a silly ultimate there. Actually going to force RKP to flash to try and pick up this kill. And might not have it. Will actually force the flash out of Lilibel. The heal coming out. They're going to pick up a double, but no, one of them will go across for Lilibel. That was a bit of a sloppy play by both sides there in the top lane. Started with a nice spell shield from Lilibel. And the binding coming across, and a really heads-up play from Lilibel to use that ultimate and make something happen. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure why RKP used his ultimate there. It just allowed Lucian to block it. Obviously, in the end, it resulted in 2 kills and a lot of tower damage, if not the tower itself. So you can say it's worth it, but all in all, it was quite sloppy. So with the 3 kills to 1 now in favor of RJ, and the turret, gold lead as well is going to swing their way. But look at that. It was actually RKP had to go back and basically gave up a free turret. And now bottom lane has to be careful. Cog is going to find 5 members of the team. So a nice rotation here from KTB. Not actually going to go for Trundle, but instead the Dragon, a much more delicious target. Obviously, he's worth a little bit more gold and does not provide vision for RJ. So that's going to help put the gold swing back a little bit closer. And now this is where Cog has to be a little careful. Luckily, he does have a ward in the bush, so Mashiro and Fappy going to walk over that. And Cog says, hey, somebody come help me. I'm not going to be able to 1v2 these fellows in the bot lane. But RJ doing a pretty good job of pushing into this mid lane. They've sent 4 members here. And with, like I said, we talked about being able to siege these towers. Look, Zera's got to be real careful that the spears don't hit. Bindings coming out everywhere. The teleport actually going to come from Jax. And bot lane, Lucian, Mashiro, and Fappy going to give here as well. Not going to be able to engage, but will force them away from this turret. Trundle left to farm in the bot lane. We'll see. Mashiro's teleport, or not Mashiro, boy, I'm going to get everybody confused. Cog's teleport is up. Demon's used to get into that fight. All it really did was keep him off the tower. Ping's actually going down on Lilibelt as they're trying to clear wards out in this lower river. But they, again, have to be careful because there's spears coming up from Apame. He does have the blue buff now. There's the damage from RKP. Just a little bit of poke. They're going to land on a Zera as well. Zer, not Zera as well. Of course, though, it is a Kayle. She's going to be able to heal herself right now, actually opting for what we see in a lot of Kayles, actually, with this early stinger going to be built into the Nashar's Tooth very quick. So you just get more and more attacks. The Q from Lee Sin's going to come. The insect play going to try and come out. But Lilibelt, a beautiful black shield, is going to keep him alive. And now can RJ do anything to turn it around? Or will it just be a simple disengage as Cog all alone in the top lane and Demon all alone in the bot lane? It's going to go actually better, I think, for KTB because there it is, actually. Yeah, KTB is going to be able to pick up the turret. There's no turret up there right now for Cog to take. So 2 turrets apiece as RJ does manage to pick up that middle turret earlier. And they go back. There's no dragon for them to pick up. So a little bit sad. You take a look at builds all across the board. Both Trundle and Jax going to pick up that Bilgewater Cutlass. 20 farm in favor of Trundle. Cog doing a pretty good job so far bullying Jax in that lane. Jungle farm pretty close, but the spirit items completed for Lee Sin. It's just the stone for Elise. Actually, we'll be going for the golem, it looks like, instead of the lizard. And in the mid lane, Appaman doing his best to stay caught up. The kill going to help him out a little bit, going for the early chalice, which means even more spears coming out. Bot lane RKP as well, keeping up with that, well, not double kill, but 2 kills in the top bot lane. He has matching items now. Nope, he's actually about 175, half of a boots upgrade behind Mashiro right now. And there's a few extra minion kills going on to Lilibelt, and that's just because, well, RKP couldn't always stay in lane to farm. But look at this, there's a lot of members from KTB headed into this top lane. They might not be able to take this Trundle, but they're going to be able to force him off this turret, and that should be a free turret unless RJ is going to start rotating up here. I don't think Cog can really do anything about this. Yeah, you can see him just backing off. Now RJ making their way up there, but the rotation here a little late. That's going to be the 3rd tower of the game. And now with a 1 tower advantage and the dragon advantage, gold is so close to even. Look at the spears coming out from the side. Not going to hit. Nobody's hitting skill shots. A nice play, though. Rainbrand's going to be taken very low. Has to get the black shield just to be kept alive. A nice spear through the minions there. Going to land on Mashiro. He will get a little heal out of Kayle. And I think KTB's going to have to back up on this. Right now, RJ doesn't have their AD carry in RKP. He was just down in the bot lane farming some more. So doing his best to take advantage of doing his best to take advantage of the free farm. You can see that kind of reflected in the farm totals now as well. The creep score now 117 for RKP's Caitlyn versus 100 to Mashiro. I don't know. I like the way RJ is playing this, but they're not moving around the map as well as they need. But we talk about getting caught out. This time it's actually going to be KTB getting caught out. Ultimate's coming out from everybody. Little Bell's going to be taken very low, but it will be a 1-for-1 now, and it's not over as here comes 4 members of RJ. Zare's going to be taken very low. He doesn't have his ultimate available. Here comes Jax. Demon going to be taking a lot of damage as well. Ravina's going to jump in there. Forces a flash out of Cogcog, so Cogcog's going to back off. It's a 2-for-1 right now. Not necessarily over, though, because we talk about the siege composition from RJ. Spear's coming over the wall. Masahiro's got to be careful. He's got no mana. Ravina jumping in, actually going to get cocooned out. Forces a flash out of him. Rainbrain very low as well. Opperman's going to get jumped down by Demon. There comes the... Ooh. A nice Q out of Mashiro's Lucian. Not going to pick anybody up, though, and everybody in the end here is going to have to back away from that. So it ends up being a 2-for-1 and a little bit of damage on the mid turret. The more important thing here is that one of those went to Nidalee and one of those went to RKP. So RKP now has his Bloodthirster completed, and he's gone back to that bot lane. He's going to try and get it farmed up. One thing you can say, though, for KTB is because they took that first dragon, they've got a really nice read on the timers, and they're right here when the dragon spawns. There's really no way that RJ can respond to this. It could be another free dragon here for KTB. Hook is just going to miss. Black Shield coming out is a bit of insurance, and it might actually be RJ collapsing. If that Dark Binding had landed, I think RJ could have gone. That would have been a free Thresh, but as it stands, the Dark Binding will miss, and KTB is going to be able to walk away from that one safe and happy. Fight another day. Rabina going to be picking up his red buff as Rainbrain doing a nice job clearing out wards in this bush. And here comes that siege once again in the mid lane. There is no Rainbrain, there is no RKP, and KTB should actually have vision of this. So at the same time, though, if they don't send anybody into the bottom lane, they're going to lose their turret in the bottom lane. Obviously, it's still only a tier 1, but they're also getting damage onto this tier 2. Meanwhile, KTB just trying to do their best to keep the minions off of this mid turret, and it's Demon in the top lane trying to get his farm. Really no objectives up there for him to push, unless you consider farm an objective, and obviously a farmed Jax is an objective for your team. But right now he's still behind, even with the free farm there, to Cogcog's Trundle, and I think that's just a testament right now to how well we've been seeing Cogcog play tonight. As Lilbel's got to be careful. He's going to be attacked from behind Ravina, and here comes Demon. Lilbel getting caught out. Going to use his Black Shield. Going to use his ultimate. Not going to be in time, as now KTB looks to go on the offensive. There's no Morgana support here, and here comes Fappy. Going to throw his lantern into that bush. No champions, but a nice ward pickup. He's going to appreciate the little extra gold. Take a look at those items. Blade of the Rune King being completed by Trundle, so after this we'll probably see a bit of defense coming out of him. Spirit of the Golem finally completed onto Elise. In the mid lane, well, Stinger on Kale. Nidalee still sitting on that unholy grail. Has a blasting wand to go with it. But you take a look at AD carry. Mashiro starting to fall a little bit behind. RKP with the Zeal. He'll have the Static Shiv completed here very, very shortly. Take a look at his gold. 150, so not quite yet. But Mashiro's going to be an item behind here unless he gets himself in gear. And support-wise, nothing too exciting so far. There was a good ultimate in that last fight from Lilibelt, but even Thresh has been having a bit of a hard time landing his hooks. They did get the one earlier and it set up a kill, but right now, they just have to be so careful because look at this RKP in the top lane. He's getting that Bloodthirster fully stacked. 172 farmed and now Mashiro's 128. So that's going to be real bad news here for KTB because there's going to be so much damage coming out from afar now. And actually look at this, Fappy getting caught out, ultimate coming out. Fappy using his shield. The Piltover Peacemaker not going to land. Rainbrain chasing a little deep. Actually going to have to flash away himself. And that's going to be a kill going over to Demon. So RJ chasing onto Fappy a little too deep. A little bit Fappy happy there, getting away. But that's just really unfortunate. Rainbrain thought he could pick up the kill. Zaire was there. But now they know Zaire's ultimate is not available. The question is, can they make something of it? Lilibelt going down. The Black Shield not going to save him. And actually no kill so far coming out for RJ. They've lost 3 members if you include Rainbrain from earlier. Cog surely will go down here too. It's a 4-for-0 now. It's only Oppaman left. And just like that, KTB turns the tables. Mashiro, you gotta watch out for those spears. Can't walk right into them like that. But they're gonna be able to put pressure on this mid turret. It's only Rainbrain up now, and that should be a free turret here for KTB. The hook's actually gonna land on Oppaman, and without a tower there, he's gotta be real careful. GG, no re. See you later, Nidalee. Gets deleted from the map. So just like that, I guess Fappy was listening, because, whoo, stepping it up, landing that Nidalee hook, and or landing the hook on Nidalee, picking up another kill in his team. And yeah, Zare's starting to get pretty strong. He'll have a death cap here very, very quickly. Now at 3-2-3 after that last fight. Zaire, excuse me. You guys should just take me out back and smack me over the side a couple times after this, if I don't get that down. But yeah, I guess you could say that's RJ just got a little bit baited and a little bit outsmarted. And yeah, I absolutely agree, Gatenka. That's a problem they have had before. You can actually see Dragon going to be up here in 45 seconds. So nobody for KTB going to be in that top lane. I don't think RJ has the timers for it yet. So, unless they really do something about it, you look at the purple wards around the Dragon. They've got pretty good coverage, but nothing on the Dragon itself. And actually, there's Fappy taking out a few wards, taking a spear, and almost a Dark Binding himself as well. But we'll see. It's going to be Trundle just going to continue to push this top lane. And I like what KTB is doing here. They're going to push this middle lane out. Just make sure the minions are pushing. And it actually looks like they're going to go pretty hard here as the Q's going to land on the Lilibelt. The Black Shield, oh, a very good play actually, because they're going to force the teleport out of Cog, and that's going to allow them now to back off a little bit. Dragon is up if they want to go for it. Ping's coming down saying, hey, I need assistance. And actually, oh no, it won't be a Dragon. It's going to be a sneaky bush bait. A ping comes out on the bush. I think they know it's a dangerous bush to be in. The question is, will they make a mistake? They're going to keep running. Maybe get engaged on from behind. They have to be real careful as now the team's starting to split up. Dark Binding going to miss as well. Spear going to miss. So there's the poke, but poke doesn't mean a whole lot when it doesn't land. So this is game 1 here of a best-of-3 series here versus that's not a word. Rascal Jester versus KTB. And there it is, the nice timing. Nice little bait. They're going to allow RJ to push a little bit. But in the meantime, they're going to pick up a Dragon of their own. That's the 3rd Dragon right now for KTB. 3-0 in Dragon. So that's very, very good objective control. And you can see that reflected right now. It's only 1 tower. It's only 3 kills. But those 3 Dragons as well, really pushing the gold lead in favor of KTB. As I say that though, RJ is going to pick up another turret. And this could be a pincer attack, but KTB has to be so careful here as well. Lilibelt's just not having a good day with those Qs. Ooh, the spear is going to miss. The flash from Fappy is also going to miss in this Q. And actually, here comes Lucian from behind. But Mashiro, he's going to be caught out. If Cog can just try and keep the rest of the team away. Actually, Mashiro's going to be able to do a lot of damage as they're unable to really capitalize on his positioning there. Spear's coming out. Fappy going to get going. Mashiro in the front of this fight, though. He's got to be real careful. And we might actually just see these teams maybe back away. There's a lot of health here still for RJ. The only one super low is RKP, but he's got the distance that he shouldn't need to get into any of these fights. Fappy, Demon have to be careful. 3 members of KTB actually going to recall now. And RJ just going to put the push back on. So as now we get everybody to get back, go shopping. Let's let's take a look where everybody's at in their builds, where everybody's at with their creep score. The static shiv now finally being completed for RKP. And it's actually a Zeal and a Pickaxe, so a little bit more damage. Makes sense with the passive on Lucian going to be able to deal with the second extra base attack from that passive. In the top lane, the Trinity Force now completed for Demon, so he's a bit scary as well. Well, it's the Trinity and the Blade of the Moon King, which spells good news for him. A bit more defense coming out on Trundle's side with a little bit of extra farm. Right now, the scary thing is the Kayle has completed her death cap. Obviously, Nidalee has a death cap as well. Nidalee is going to be able to do more damage with her spears if she can hit them. But the sustained damage in these team fights, you keep Kayle alive with that intervention, is going to be so big, especially now that she has started building some big amounts of AP. Let's actually take a look at her. 327 AP already. So, I don't know. You can actually see Mashiro here. Looks like he's going to be going for that Infinity Edge next. Don't need to complete your Zeal. Zeal is good enough for him. Alright, in the top lane, it's Cog, Demon. They're gonna be pushing. Both of them have their teleports available. Demon's got to be careful. He's doing a pretty good amount of damage onto Cog, but Cog does have that ultimate available. And the lifesteal using the W there, the soil, is going to do very well for him. The Qs again out of Lilibelt, just having trouble landing those Qs today. A few more landed Qs and a few more of these fights I think would go in favor of RJ, but just nothing doing. As now you see both of these teams, Cog has to stay in the bot lane because Demon is doing a really, really good job of keeping him there. Keeping that bottom lane so pushed. And at this point, Cog just doesn't feel comfortable trying to 1v1 that Jax. Especially because it means his ult and his presence won't necessarily be available for these team fights. And the spears coming out of Opperman as Zaire is going to clear out that ward. Spears are going to miss. Ping's coming down now into the RJ jungle. They know a ward's there, but nothing too exciting happening right now. As you just have both of these teams playing the lane push game. Once again, it's Jax, Cog in the bottom lane, KTB, RJ, and the rest of RJ in the middle lane, just waiting for these waves to push. Look at the ward control, though, towards Baron for KTB right now. It's just so much better. There are no real wards right now for RJ anywhere near that Baron. And part of that is because KTB has been doing a really, really good job of clearing that out. So they see Caitlyn top. There's pings coming down onto the Baron now. Whether they want to start it or not, we'll see. Let's actually jump over there right now. No, it's just going to be maybe a bit of a ward bait. No, there is the Baron started, so they know this happened. No, it was just a few love taps, and they will back away. Spear's not going to land. And again, in the bot lane, Cog has gone all in. Demon, both ultimates are used here, so all Cog has to do is probably take this one out. The thing is, can he catch Demon? No, you can call him a speed demon as he walks away there. That's not something you see every day. But he will manage to get away from that as he runs back into the jungle. He probably can just lifesteal that back with his Blade of the Rune King. But now RJ, knowing that Jax might be a little low, is going to try and take that opportunity to push, put a little damage onto this mid turret. Don't think they're going to get very far there, though. They're just going to clear that wave. And now we can see lots of teleports all over the map. Lilibelt going back. Cog's going to go back. And Rabina as well going to go back, maybe picking himself up a drink at base. Fappy now. Mashiro. Everybody's going back, but pings are coming on to Baron. So we'll have to see. I don't know what's going to happen. There's, again, no real wards here. There's one in the back of the Baron pit right now for RJ. So they will know if KTB starts to head up in that area, but other than that, just not a lot of wards. Really right now, I think all of the wards are expiring. Not a lot of wards for either side. And the wards that do exist, you can see this pink getting cleared. Pink, actually KTB's pink in that push, so they're obviously not going to clear their own ward. That's going to stand to live another day. Kale, another needlessly large rod on top of her death cap. As here's KTB again. It's going to be their 4th dragon of the game. No problem at all. And that objective control right now, very, very strong from KTB. Little Belt almost walked face first into trouble there. He's going to get away with his life. Going to be probably pretty happy about it as well. Although Demon and Ravina were not very close in that area. And again, it's 4 members of RJ, and guess who's off all on his lonesome, farming his creeps, farming his jungle. Yeah, you guessed right, it's going to be RKP. And right now, they're kind of playing who makes the first mistake. It's not the most exciting match, but as soon as I say that, I'm sure I can make something happen. We do have all 10 members, 5 versus 5 in the mid lane. It will be Rabina going into the jungle. Might have to make his way back, though, as the push comes out. Pings all over wards, and this is where RJ has to shine. This is where RJ, what they should have been doing from the start, because look at the damage, look at the siege, the poke they're able to put out as they go on this tower. They actually force Zare's intervention there. So he's going to be taken very low, and look at the wave clear here. That's why they picked up the early static shiv instead of the Phantom Dancer. RKP just making these waves disappear. Ravina going in pretty deep, but KTB doing a lot of damage in their own right.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
But when all is said and done, that will be the middle turret now for RJ. And having forced KTB back, this might be RJ going for the Baron. There's nobody here from KTB right now. Obviously, they're all going to have to make their way up there, but it really comes down to how fast is RJ going to be able to take this. And look at that Baron's health bar drop. He's at half health. Rabina the only one close. Little Belt doing his best to keep him off. The ultimate actually going to come across just to keep him from smite stealing. And it forces the blast. They slay Baron Nashor. Now can RJ turn it around? Zare's got to be real careful. The cocoon misses because it's a beautiful blast from Zare, but he gets disappeared as RKP is going to live through that. This is what we talked about, making something happen. Here's the action. Rainbrain going to take a little bit of damage. Going to get healed from Nidalee. It's a 1-for-0 so far. If that Q lands, oh, a beautiful Dark Binding. He's missed all of them so far. Not that one coming across. There's the pillar. Gonna be saved. Fappy once again coming to the rescue. Rainbrain not finished yet. Rabina's gonna come from behind. Gonna try and pick up a kill. Rainbrain's gonna go down, but Rabina's maybe gonna pay for it with his life. No, they can't actually force any farther than this. There is no turn here. I'm very surprised why RJ isn't following this up. The Q is just going to land. The pillar's going to be a little late. The Peacemaker is going to come across. It's going to be a kill for Opperman. Spear's coming down as well. So just like that, RJ trying to turn this game around. They take a middle turret. They take a Baron. They pick up a few kills. Teleport now. It's going to be Cog going to the bot lane, pick up some more farm. And wow, so RJ doing a pretty good job of extending that fight. Opperman going to take some damage from Ravina. But Lil Bell, Opperman doing their damage in their own right, but now Opperman surely going to die. Demon, Zare, both on their way. Actually, the kill is going to go across to Zare, so he's going to be happy about that. 4 kills, 3 assists, 3 deaths on his part. And what's nice about that is I think they managed to get 2 of the Baron buffs off of RJ. Rainbrain went down, Opperman now going down. So, not the worst deal in the world. They are going to try and push onto this middle turret, but RJ now coming up. KTB has to be so careful because if RJ wants to try and engage on this, they can. Obviously, Morgana's ult is actually up. I thought it was down, but it had been long enough since she used it at the beginning of the Baron fight. That's back up. Unfortunately, they don't have the amulet right now. They don't have any way of speeding the team up, because Morgana obviously with the Frostfang build. But we'll see. This is really, I think, RJ now with the Baron buff on 3 members of their team. A little bit of momentum on their side, even if gold isn't. They need to maybe continue to try this push. If they keep the pressure on this mid lane, obviously KTB is not going to be able to send their players anywhere else. You can see Mashiro was thinking about trying to pick up a little bit of that top farm, but he's unable to do that as they've got to call all members of the team back to try and keep RJ off of this turret. Some nice wave clear is going to do it, but RJ can just stand here and siege. Look at the spears, the peacemakers coming out. Little Belt on the other side of this wall. You know he's looking for a dark binding to come across. And yeah, it's a ward clearing battle here as well. And even with Elise, the nice thing about the Elise, you have the ranged auto attack for these tower seeds. Mashiro actually is going to have to get the intervention used on him. So a nice play out of RJ. They've baited Kale's ultimate. That's going to be down for quite a while here now. Actually, no, it's on a pretty short cooldown, all things considered. Kale also has the Zanya's Hourglass completed as well. So even without her ultimate, she's going to be able to survive a little bit longer. And you actually saw Cog there tanking the turret with that Randuin moment. Ooh, the binding's going to land. Fappy's going to be taking a bit of damage. Again, though, there's no real engage. They don't want to engage under this tower. It's just, it's going to be the poke coming out here from RJ, and that's really what their competition or composition is built for. So as long as they can keep this up, they're going to have to try and make a pick, catch somebody out, put a ton of damage onto them, or they're going to have to back up. The Dragon is available, and it looks like they might head down for that. It might be RJ's first Dragon of the game. So they're down 4-1. Actually, Pink's coming across, so they know Nidalee's going to pick up the blue, and they might collapse on this now as Cog has gone back to base. His teleport is available, but RJ actually is going to walk off of this Dragon. Might have to give it up again to KTB. That'll be KTB's 5th Dragon of the game. So, yeah, they lost to Baron, but 5 Dragons. No slouch whatsoever at all either. The question is, what do they do with that? And right now, it looks like the answer is not much. Oh no, the recall will be canceled, and they are going to be pushing on to this middle lane. Rainbrain probably going to go back, get a little bit of mana. Yeah, and Baron's not up for another 2 minutes. Look at this, KTB trying to be a little bit sneaky, hiding around the wall, but RJ not going to fall for it. They're all in base right now, so KTB just waiting around, having a nice little forest party. They realize, hey, maybe we forgot to send out invitations. So instead, they're going to go back and get this wave cleared out. And they're all still kind of waiting there. RKP's in the bot lane. They know RKP's in the bot lane. So if they want to try and make something happen, this is a good time to do it. This is a best of 3. This is KTB taking away even more jungle. So Rabina's been doing a very good job of that all game. A nice Q is going to land on Little Belt, but he can't really do anything about it. We didn't see that spear land, but we sure heard it. So I'm going to guess it was Rabina by taking a look at the health bars. Going to clear out some wards in the bush as well. A little bit of a double ward there, just to make sure they have the ward coverage. And yeah, we're 39 minutes into the game, and it's only 4,000 gold difference. It looks like this could be the engage we've been waiting for. Nice black shield. Rainbrain going to get caught in the middle of everything. He's got to repel. Cog now doing his best to play tank, but the intervention on Kale allowing Zaire to do so much damage. That's going to be 1 kill picked up from Mashiro. Zaire's going to pick up a kill. Nobody dead yet for KTB. Have to be so careful as the engage continues. Demon flashing in, jumping in. Demon actually going to go down to Nidalee, but Fappy picks up the Nidalee, and it's not over yet. RKP is going to go down to Mashiro, the only one left, Little Belt. He will surely go down to Zaire, and just like that, these death timers so long. It's 30 seconds on Rainbrain, 37 seconds on Kogka. They've got a bit of a minion wave here in the top lane if they can wait for it. This is their chance. Do they have enough time? It's 20 seconds on Rainbrain. As long as they can go through this, Mashiro taken very low. Do they have the ability to tank through these turrets? That's the only question. If they can, the fast package is coming up. There's the intervention going to keep Rubina alive to tank that turret. And I don't think RJ is going to get up in time. Just like that, with the game on its head, RKJ looked like they had made maybe a comeback, but no, it will be game 1 going over here to KTB. So, wow, what a finish there here in game 1. But got to give mad props over to KTB. I think part of that, you just have to really put up to the experience, or maybe not experience so much as lack of experience. RJ every now and then likes to implode, and that was a bit of an implosion, I think. it was not a super implosion, but in any case, it will be game 1 going over to KTB. A very, very fun game. Closer than I expected. And it was just, I don't know. RKP did not play that, or not RKP, RJ did not play that team fight very well. I don't even know what happened to Trundle. He like ran into the jungle by himself. But I don't know. We're going to take a quick break here. And we'll be back here with game 2 very, very shortly. I'm going to go get a drink of water because solo is not the most fun thing to do in the world. But yeah, we'll be back very, very shortly. Stick around here for game 2. It is a best of 3, so we might have 2 more games. We might only have 1. But in any case, next game coming up very, very shortly here. It's the JCG International Show match.
I'm on my way when help is in need. Ganking, I'm always where I need to be. So if you're losing and they push you far, then there's no need to worry, cause I'll be camping hard. Yeah, I'll be camping hard. So we can stay alive, but which buff should I take this time? They invading, you got caught. Play it out, we'll be just fine. Run, gonna catch and slow. Gun, gonna leave you low. You can take the kill, my bro. I'll just take some farm and go. See your jungler in sight, ganking the top lane. Being dragon, got smite. Global gold's my fight, I try to keep my team alive. I'm on my way when help is in need. Ganking, I'm always where I need to be. So if you're losing and they're pushing far, then there's no need to worry, cause I'll be camping hard. I'm on my way when help is in need. Ganking, I'm always where I need to be. So if you're losing and they're pushing far, there's no need to worry, cause I'll be camping hard. This buff, have an easy game. I ward the river, protect your lane. Hoping my team doesn't flame. If you lost, I'll take the blame. Run, gonna catch and slow. Gun, gonna leave you low. You can take the kill, my bro. I'll just take some farm and go. See your jungler just died, making the wrong place. There in time, reunite. They can't stop us if we all just group is fine.